Hello! Welcome back! Welcome back! Runa! Remember that thing you said? What if you forgot to plug the light in?
Yeah, I wasn't kidding.
It literally worked. I just looked and I was like, you guys are kind of dark on the one side. And then I looked, I was like, ah, so good.
This is the last episode. I'm a vampire in darkness.
Okay.
Awesome. Welcome back to Adventure Corp.
Right.
You've caught us at a bittersweet moment. This is the end of Campaign 1 for us, so we're just doing some outros today. I think we'll probably have a quick little talk about what we're going into new here in the next couple months after we're done. And, it's time for us to say goodbye to our characters, say goodbye to our campaign, and get excited about what's coming up. So thanks for coming in, checking out what we're doing. And like I said, we are Adventure Corp. We do this every Wednesday, 6 to 10 Mountain Standard Time. And then me and Alex do a variety stream on Sundays from 7 to 10.
And Conflicts here says, hi!
Hey!
Hi!
Hola.
So, last episode we actually did a one-shot that was set 15 years after the end of the campaign. So people got a little bit of a window into what people had decided already. Conflicts says, what? No! And then... I don't know what that is, but I don't know. Soft shell tacos, maybe. There's something after it, and I don't know what it is. So we are going to hit a couple of roleplay moments. I don't know how long this session's going to be. It really depends on how the roleplay and stuff goes, but we're going to leap around a bit, and we're also going to talk about what our characters get up to. And then... next time you'll see us will either be for Campaign 2 or one-shot. It depends on how scheduling goes. We're in the nitty-gritty of that now. So let's begin with a recap of last session. So last session, we had our lovely two here, Alex and Runa, playing as Yaisel and Big Red's child, Lyra, and playing as Lorelei and Ari's child, Derek. Got it. It saw you guys going around the city preparing for Lyra's birthday party and getting embroiled in some of the wraith attacks that had started cropping up around Alokrin recently and seemed to be related to the renewal of the war with Kar that had been going on for a while as more territory is slowly taken and added to the Empire. You guys discovered it was being led by a young orc. You gathered clues, visiting a couple of high-profile figures in the city that your parents were friends with to get information. And then, while celebrating with a couple of other friends, swimming at the far side of the loch, you guys encountered him. He gave a totem, one of the same ones you guys had broken before that seemed to deal with the wraiths.
We were so drunk.
So drunk. Derek was given a totem and told to bring it into the palace for the real plot to begin. You instead decided to break it and follow his directions to give you to meet him to find him in the forest, where a battle ensued. You learned that he is a new Oscaror, little monster. He missed your fist bump completely. Look away innocently. You learned that he was an Oscaror, and you also met his massive Varagrin. Battle commenced. Blows were traded. 30 damage was done in one spell attack. That
and it only made him bloodied.
Very proud, and it bloodied him.
I crit with the 5th level. What's it?
Where you flash everywhere and slash everywhere.
Steel.
Oh,
Yeah. Did 130 damage.
Wonderful.
That put him bloodied. You guys continued to fight, beating him further and further down. The Vargrin tossing you around like toys as well, though, before the missing Golden Knight arrived, leaping from her bird and striking down her griffin. Thank you. Striking down
A burb.
the Oscaror. She seemed to know him, however, and instead of taking him anywhere for capture or the like, talked him out of this battle with you and took him away. And that was where we ended. The session before that, with the rest of the gang, was you guys having your final battle against the two parts of your guys' father, setting up a location for the fight, defeating one of them with Yaisel taking him by the neck like a chicken to the cutting block, and then turning on the other, who seemed wise to your plan but was powerless to stop you from it. As you guys took them to Master Hall, waiting nearby.
He also held up
together.
by the neck.
Yes, the two of them.
Don't forget.
Like dead chickens. And they were put back together. So that was where we ended the campaign. Now there is another loose thread that I think we should wrap up before we get into anything else.
Nah.
As one day you guys are hanging around the tower, probably near in the future, probably not even a week later, that a familiar wizard would arrive. Not the one wrapped in the cloak, but the one that you all killed in Echo.
That helped me.
Hello.
As a dragon.
Is, yes, the one who was helping you as a dragon, correct. And he would arrive with a grin across his face, his teeth showing, motions to be allowed to enter the tower.
Let him in.
I never agreed to let him in.
Motions towards the courtyard.
I can come in.
As he steps in and you see him look over your tower with some interest, and then smiles over at Dre as he holds out this beautiful gray letter. And he hands to you, and you can see it has a seal pressed on it in this this like purplish wax that you would recognize as the Queen from Darrow, who visited with him last time.
Mm-hmm. Is it trapped?
Go ahead and make me an investigation check if you want to look it over.
12, I think.
12, you think?
Varian, is it trapped?
I'll look.
Okay. If you want to look it over as well, go ahead.
I need another one. No, just the one actually.
Try again. Try again. It's a natural one.
Where'd it go?
Let's go ahead, great guys.
I grabbed it.
Oh. Never mind.
As you guys look it over, it just appears to be sealed. You don't see
cool.
anything
I
special
grab
to
it.
it. As you break the seal, open it. Make me a dexterity. Just kidding. As you pull out a letter, neatly folded, the same sort of gray, fine papyrus, you open and see a flowing hand going across it. And the first line is, "If the idiot has handed you this letter and has not yet realized it's for him, please hand it back." Do you keep reading the letter or do you hand it back?
I'll hand it back.
Okay. As he takes it from you, looks confused at you.
Said it's for you.
You might want to read
starts
it.
to read through it. And you see his face kind of brighten, and then confusion set in, and then his face starts to fall further and further down the page that he gets, till eventually he closes it.
What?
Holds it out to you.
I grab it. What
As
is it?
you open up the letter, below the first line, you would see, "I have given you the great grace of being handed your vengeance on a silver platter as a reward for your long service to me. However, it comes with a requirement. If you wish to collect your vengeance, you must first apologize sincerely to the one you are taking it on. And it should go something like this. I am sorry that you must die so that one so misguided can learn that his vengeance will lead him to nothing. To one who is not able to own his own mistakes, who cannot look past his emotion to see where his choices led him. I am sorry that you must die for so unworthy a cause, and thank you for your sacrifice." And you can see his face is turmoil. He's staring at the ground, and his brow is clenched, his teeth are clenched, as he seems lost in thought.
I don't know what to do with this letter now. I throw it.
You can give it to your companions to read if you want.
Oh yeah, I'll give it to Varian to read.
Varian picks it up. Varian reads it in about an eighth the time it took them to read it.
Hands it to Yazel.
I have to read? Isn't he just here to kill you?
Varian leans over and whispers in Yaisel's ear.
Thanks.
Keeps the letter in his hand.
Are we missing someone?
Oh, sending to Lorelei. Lorelei, you're gonna come in here. This is what's the word I'm looking for?
Golden?
This is juicy.
Cannot.
Yeah, no, let me... Oh.
Oh, and then I also tell her, bring magic to bring someone back to life.
Oh, wouldn't have brought it otherwise. Thanks for asking.
As they're continuing, just staring, boring a hole into the ground at this point, and space is just a battlefield of expressions working their way across it.
Baron's gonna look at me like, would you like a chair? Do you need some time?
You want to be on your knees?
A handkerchief.
No, well, we're not. He's not.
You should beg.
He's killing. No, he should.
As your words seem to resolve him somewhat, and he starts pulling a dagger out.
Hang on.
You have to apologize.
I have a deal for you. You don't have to apologize if you fight me.
I have been instructed. I must follow her instructions.
Oh, poor baby.
And Yazel, with your bit of memory of him not talking, this is the first time you've heard him actually speak.
You said you couldn't talk.
How did he say he couldn't talk?
I was like, can you talk? And he was like,
That's not saying. That's like shaking.
that's because he can't talk. He can't say that he can't talk.
Well, then why
and
did you
can't
say
talk.
he said he couldn't talk?
Because he said it the way that he could.
It's not saying.
Guys, I think you're taking the wind out of his sails.
Good.
Am I supposed to be waiting for someone?
Yeah.
Well, and the apology.
He drops the dagger back in the sheath and looks down. And you can see as he's waiting, as you guys wait, minutes start to go by, he seems to kind of glide between firmness, decided, to doubt, and then a pain or embarrassment also as he's mulling over this letter. As eventually Lorelei arrives, her bag filled with the reagents she'll require, which I think in this case is just 100 gold diamond dust.
Yeah. Look, man. How about you just say I died? And you go on your way. No one has to lower themselves.
Dre, I have an idea. Close your ears. I'm gonna move us. Cast
You move
silence
away.
on him.
Okay. Okay.
What if you just don't accept his apology?
Do I have to accept? Is that what the letter said?
No, but it never said that you didn't. You know, what if you just don't accept it? He can't kill you.
What you got? I don't know.
He's in silence.
I don't think this is how this works, guys.
This seems pretty negotiable. I don't know.
Do you want to have her come back to us?
No.
No. Well, that was part of the deal.
Someone should message her and ask if I don't accept it, do I have to die?
Nah.
Is Lorelei
You're
doing
deaf.
anything when she arrives? She can read the letter as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hand it to her.
Detect thoughts.
Okay. He is a mess. There is a very loud part of him that really wants to kill Dre. There is a other part of him that is kind of interesting to see. You haven't dealt with this woman much, this queen, and he seems to hold her in very high regard. The thought line along the lines of she has yet to be wrong about anything she's given him guidance on. And so he's looking very hard at how much of this is just trying to avoid dealing with his own faults. But then Yaisel's comment comes up and the anger is back, and he's ready to murder him right there.
In your head, you hear, shh,
Why?
shh.
Oh, you take silence off.
Okay. So you see him kind of starting to reach for the dagger, and his hand lands on it. He doesn't draw it immediately, and his eyes are downcast again as he... If you were going to say anything to affect this, now would be the time.
Who do you want to be?
The victor.
At what cost?
It's not worth the apology. He turns and marches out of the tower.
Dominate person, no.
Counterspell.
Sit on your dagger. Sit on your dagger.
Okay. What the heck? Where did that go?
Dominate person.
As he leaves. That is the last you would hear from him. As he seems to head off a...
Well, Baron's going to pull out his sword.
mindful of-
Alright, Dre. Well, we still have to have that death, don't we? You're at least 2 behind me,
Marion,
so...
stop it.
I'll help.
Go away. Go away.
I'll help. Amos.
Well, you guys feel free to resurrect him
I
on your own.
cannot die.
What? Do you think he'd like to do the fall treatment?
Yes.
He
What?
can handle it.
Wait.
Oh, did Amos not tell? Oh, yeah.
Well, young boy, it's time.
For what?
Comes a day in every man's life when he
Barion's
needs to
going-
be lifted 1,000 feet in the air and dropped to his imminent
I'm going
doom.
to cast what you call it's called programmed illusion,
Okay.
and I'm going to show me and Amos. Barian feather falling. Amos jam.
This
It
was
worked.
quite fun.
I knew it'd work.
Wait. Reforms himself, and I just
We can do it again.
see.
We could do it many times.
Imagine if he hit a
That's
sewer
epic.
grate.
That's epic.
Okay. Oh wait, Wednesday. Get rid of it. Wednesday's coming.
Have you heard of the circus?
What are you two grinning at?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Alright, well, I'm making lunch.
Oh.
I'll have you know, I just survived murder.
By making him feel
You
bad.
survived murder.
Yeah, and Lorelai actually appealed to someone's, like, what was it, like, sense of... Lorelai talked someone down.
I just told him what he wanted to hear.
Sure, yeah.
Hey, this sounds like a conversation for lunch. She'll head into the kitchen. And we'll come out with, we got some bread from the market and comes out with a hearty stew. She left one out so that Barian's and Amos's can be cold. As the rest of you get piping hot stew and fresh bread.
Little did you know this is how I enjoy it.
I lift up one little piece of meat and drop it. Watch it go.
Why do you leave them out on purpose,
How do you play
Wednesday?
with your food?
It's already cold. We killed me.
Where it's like,
Oven?
chilled stew's all the rage. Then Cameron goes,
You guys
I'm just
eat
eating.
and
Nothing to
tell
worry
them the
about.
story.
I do. Amos is like, well, you want to be like that? This is how I died last.
I meant the story about the wizard! But yeah, you tell her again. She's like, I don't want to hear that!
Maybe give me warm stew next time.
No, you said you like it cold.
it's playing behind her, she doesn't know.
Have you heard of the circus?
No.
You could make a killing yourself. And coming
How
back
do
to life
I
for people's
get-
entertainment.
How do I get in contact with the circus?
Okay, so here's an idea.
Barry,
Cast
do you
it
know a
again.
circus?
This time Amos flies out of a catapult. And then lands.
Shattered across a boulder,
Yeah.
conveniently placed with a big red
That
X on it.
is quite beautiful.
Ah,
It's your true
pushing
calling.
your luck. Also, 3 days ago, and I forgot to mention, Anogaft followed. I don't know who you are, but if you're around, welcome, and thank you very much for the follow.
Was that on...
It was 3 days ago, so it was while you were on vacation.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if you talked to
Because
somebody.
I had
or
a
if
friend
you
on, that was, on Wednesday I had a friend that followed us. And
This was
he
not
saw
Wednesday.
him pop in.
No, that was Gamey Dave.
Oh yeah, that
Game
was
Day
yeah.
Dave, sorry.
Game Dave, yeah.
Yeah, and he subscribed.
Yeah, my buddy Dave.
So, the rest is the history we're going to write now. So, a few things happen around the continent and to Alokrin specifically over the next few years. One, the
Rape
war
and
with
pillage.
Kar eventually resumes. They manage to push past the Giant's Wall and into more of the territory of Kar and start to carve pieces of it out. This is given to people who are loyal and perform well in the battle, which a number of you are helping with the war effort. I know Dre specifically is working to secure himself a large enough territory to make your to move the Proudfoot's HQ. So likely if you participate in the battles, especially you'd be useful in gathering information for him. Your fame's a little bit of trouble, but magic can solve that trouble. And yeah, you would soon find yourself with a...
Oh, hi, my name is... Oh, I know who they'll never expect me to be. My name is Hassan Lathier.
He's been in the South there. People would know him.
Yeah.
You don't fully understand the so now that they're going out into the countryside, you guys would be running into the Butcher of Alokrin a lot more often.
I'm just picturing somebody like, oh, you're the guy who does the picture of Alokrin. What? I mean, yes, you know about me.
Oh, when was the last time I was here? I don't remember. What direction did I go? It's genius. No one suspects it's me. Come on. Powerful elven hero pretending to be Hassan Lathier? Impossible.
As you would get your own county. You would also be elevated to the status of count.
Hey. Count Dracula.
Oh my god. You were almost a vampire there for a bit, so...
I might change my mind.
As you move the bulk of the... it takes a few years. You have to actually build up your holding. There are some local tribes there. I believe you're planning to prove friendly to the orcs that are displaced by this. The orcs are not being turned into slaves by this expansion. Cities are getting made. They are welcome to take up citizenship in them, although most of them are retreating back with the front line. But yeah, so you're being a welcoming spot, and also friendly to the Boschk, which is the orcish kind of traditional Thieves Guild organization. Wins you some contacts and some information.
Obviously, I kill their leader and rip his chest open.
Bosch does not have any one leader.
Well, I kill a lot of them then.
Jesus. So are you being friendly to them, or are you
Yes.
trying to take them? Okay. Two very different storylines that are about to take place here. So yeah, you would have a fairly easy time establishing the Proudfoots and getting them a working relationship with the connections to the Bosch that still kind of tenuously remain beyond what becomes the front line. It's useful for the Empire, as occasionally you are invaded, which would prompt you to rise up and defend this territory that's been taken.
Yeah, and once it's a little like in place the way I like it, I will take Wednesday there and we'll have a nice little castle, council, lair. I don't know.
Castle?
Okay.
You can have a castle?
Yeah.
You can. Yeah, you're a count.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah, and probably a small wedding service at a church in your new town as it's springing up, so you guys can do your vows, this time without the pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Very cute.
Yeah.
Daniel, I understand Barian is also taking part in the war.
Yeah, I don't know if he's fully, like, taking ownership of the land, like, under his name. He might pseudo do that through another person.
Okay. Well, I mean, once you get the territory, you can, like, make barons to watch over it, right? You can like, say, this is my land, you're caretaking it, you get to treat it as your land, and this is your barony on my parcel.
I have to think about that. But, like, basically, Baron's just helping with...
Baron.
If there's any problems where for example, like, the orcs get together, like, a really big force... or there's magical help that's like where they're fighting us. Like, I'm just going into, or they've locked themselves in a very hard location to get them out of, kind of thing.
Okay. I mean, the main magical threat of the orcs is their shamans and their ancestors. The orcs are able to bind ancestor spirits in their gear, their weapons, their armor. Their shamans are able to collect them on trinkets and call upon their knowledge and power. So they have very talented spellcasters in their own right, of a very different sort of magic than you're used to, which would give you plenty of opportunities to be challenged and to challenge them.
Yeah, so that's what I'm dealing with when like, that's what I would be called out to help with.
Okay. So yeah,
And,
you would also get a similar sort of parcel as Dre. The more you're participating, kind of the bigger land area you get. Given your relationship to the princess, you will become a duke.
Okay.
As you're married to royalty.
Duke Barian.
Yaisel.
I really like Baron Barian.
As I understand it, you are enthusiastically taking part in the war.
I'm like slowly making my way into Om's spot on the king's mind.
Yeah.
Like she knows that Om isn't there anymore, and she's like, looks like a free spot. So she's like inching her way and doing everything that he wants, feeding all the corpses to her horse so they don't have to worry about the corpses. And she's like, she's in it for blood. She doesn't really care about what the king, but she's loyal to him. He understands. Loyal as long as there's bloodshed.
Can Barian make Yaisel an ungodly force on the like? I'm not like, if I'm helping where I have to help.
Yeah.
But mostly what I'm doing is dumping. I'm just making her terrifying. Spirit Shroud, just like disgusting amounts of grossness.
The king is like, oh, we have 3 fights this week. She's like, okay, give me all 3 dates.
You could get permanency Spirit Shroud on you.
I would happily drop like 20 grand and stuff on her for like, oh, you're going on campaign for 3 months? Okay, great, here's this.
She's one of the biggest contributors to the war right now.
Okay. So,
everyone recognizes her on the battlefield, basically.
The decider of how much territory they'd be willing to give you is how well they think they can count on your loyalty after things are over.
He can. She's proven herself.
Then yeah, absolutely, you start taking Om's position. It's a different sort of feeling if you're like a soldier in this war. Om wore shining golden armor, was quiet, rode a like a white griffin, and when she came in, usually got straight to business, but was kind of like a symbol of like glory and hope. And then Yaisel is this terrifying storm of blood.
Rides a nightmare
across the battlefield.
Rides a black nightmare.
So Om is like, I have a griffin, and I am quiet. And Yazel's like, get down, bitches! and she does help with, like, training the guards, too. So the regime has started to change from, like, peaceful, and she's like, no, go for the neck. And now the war has become more lethal because she has been teaching them that if you don't kill them, they're coming back.
But the soldiers are not agile enough to play this like in and out style, so they're like, yeah, oh fuck, and they just get murdered as well.
So Barian has given her like enchanted her rings of Thunder Wave. Oh, so when she punches people, like.
Also, Majestic Wolf says, hello, everyone, and Cass, hello! Then Alex said, hi, and Majestic said, hello, Majestic. If you missed it, we're doing our outros today.
Hola, hola.
I just imagine, during, like, the half-cloak, like, promotion ceremony, they're like, and now to the glorious station once held by our beloved Om, it's Yaisel, and she comes and she kicks down the pony, she's like, yeah!
I really like the difference of her horse does all the things that the griffin does because it can fly and go farther.
Barian's just in the background, like, only meteor swarming or disintegrating when needed.
I'm just picturing Barian behind the lines, like, drinking tea, and it's just, like, the side shot you can see about it, just like a fountain of blood. So if you take an interest in the half-cloaks, and in training them and helping with their troops. So they are a very closed organization, especially when they're young, but you can absolutely train troops and stuff. In fact, the king would offer you a title as an honorary captain of the half-cloaks, if you were interested.
Honorary, like...
to be a proper half-cloak, you have to be raised. Like by half-cloaks.
So like I'm the closest thing. Correct. No one else has it.
Another honorary half-cloak you guys met was the person you guys met who was with the king when the queen was coming.
Okay, I want something better.
That's a pretty high station.
I just want my own thing.
More territory. Like, also, with how much you're helping the war, you will also get a dukedom.
Peace, motherfuckers. Okay. Also, I want everyone to know, with all the land that she gets, she only uses like one portion of it. She lets Dre use
Hey,
whatever
are
he
you,
wants.
you-
Yeah,
you
she like she has like the biggest.
Mind if I just...
Trey comes to visit the slow way because it's like because Wednesday's like, I want to take a carriage right there. I love for the magic. He's like, wow, this is really underutilized.
Like, all of these trees could be fake and filled with people.
She lets him use it. It's still under hers.
Yeah.
So he still has to go for tour because she's too power hungry. But she's like, she has her original land.
We have to pay rent.
Has like a coliseum and like her gladiator school. Everything else looks like it's fucking farmland without farm.
That'd be interesting because we have two of you as dukes, one of you as a count with like as much territory as a duke, like under your management.
To me, I'm just the count.
He's like the quiet third duke.
I'm a manager.
I haven't thought of what I'm going to do with my land yet.
Hey, you using that?
He would. I just haven't.
Sure. Maybe I can just,
Nope.
Okay. We're
And
absolutely moving into
it is-
Varian's territory, everybody. It's on the down low.
And it's where she trains her gladiators too. So like as Dre's like moving in, she's like, I'm using it today.
And I understand you're actually keeping your main residence as your
In the city.
main place really is the city, right? So you
My
have
mansion
your
grows though.
you have your mansion, and also so the cities that you make in her territory in order to put people in are going to be required to have large gladiatorial arenas.
Yeah.
And encourage games.
And there are things with her face being like, I still own it.
Hello! Welcome to the Proudfoot Inn, brought to you by Yaisel Incorporated.
Like she never lets people think it's not hers.
Majestic says, "No, I missed it. Is this the end of the campaign? This is our last session. This is our outros. Then we're probably doing a one shot with some other people. We might actually, depending on our schedule, go start campaign 2 and cut that. It's up in the air. But campaign 2 and a collab one shot are coming out. But this is our goodbye to the characters.
So she's become very powerful in the city, and she lets everybody know it.
So how does the war with the orcs go?
It would continue. They are it is the one thing uniting them, and
Well, I guess the 20 years that we've been doing it, kind of thing.
So the war doesn't restart for about 10, 12 years
Okay.
ish. But it will last years.
Okay.
He's also not the king is not doing this as a push and slaughter everyone.
Yeah,
he
no.
is taking territory, building it up, and then moving the line forward and taking bites out of it.
Until
Yeah.
There's a lot of bloodshed after she starts.
So that would be the other thing that Barion's somewhat doing is also just reining Yaisel back. It's like, Yaisel, they're retreating. He's like, Maze.
Not the 5th time this week!
He comes back, I'm like, are you good now?
Yes!
Okay, good. Because they were retreating. We don't kill when they're retreating.
Retreating's a pussy move.
Yaisel, do you see the women and the children?
Yeah, they're under my sword!
No, okay, grabs her. Whole person. Alright, that's enough.
He helps her as much as he makes sure the other side is safe.
Yeah, it's like, he's playing in the middle, he's like, okay, we need to have a strong hand, but we need to eliminate as much wanton slaughter as possible.
I'm picturing the progression of it, you're in the middle of battle, going hard, and you feel one of the big buffs end as he drops concentration intentionally, and you're like the kid who's been told it's bedtime but pretends they can't hear and just keeps killing. He's like, okay, dispel magic, okay, maze!
Wall of force, Yaisel's just like, ah!
Oh, I love it so much. Also, Majestic said, well, I'm glad I got to see this campaign while it lasted. I loved your characters, although it did auto-correct a character.
I loved you.
Well, there'll be a lot more.
Yeah,
I'm really excited for campaign 2. We have a lot of really fun characters.
Okay, you're saying that, you make sure everyone knows that you're...
Yeah.
So I imagine at, a house party, I'm just like, Yaisel,
Yeah.
you don't have to invite the entire, battalion of the half-cloaks to every outing you do, right?
They need to see me be better than Om.
Are you taking the captain, like the honorary captain thing?
I'm taking the highest roll I can.
You will get honorary captain, which means you can take a detingent of them, like, around with you if you want. Because they usually patrol, not like with a captain, but they'll split and there'll be a captain there, so you can take a detingent around when
I
they're
make
not
sure,
needed.
like, I help out people that, like, she was, like, growing up in front of them. Like, it's like, this is how you treat someone on the street!
So much crime that these half-cloaks have to just watch happen.
No, she helps them.
I know.
So
I'm just picturing they, like, steal bread and you can tell they're hungry and you're like, it's okay, here,
Yeah.
have more bread.
would any of my apprentices
I'll
and
pay
stuff
for
be
it.
at a point where they could participate in this at all?
Yes, absolutely.
Because it's been about like 10 years when this starts.
I have
Are
a
you
thing.
doing this moment? Yeah.
I have a thing with the half cloaks as well. Or like,
Okay.
so Yaisel,
Yeah.
now that you're cool and you control the guards that continue to oppress the poor and the needy.
Yeah, I'm trying to get them off that.
Yeah. Great. That's really good. I thought that would be a harder sell.
You want to come with me on one of our field trips?
Maybe we could set up, some sort of like professional development days where they learn about, the economical struggles people go through and how they can serve their community.
They'd hate it. I love it.
Instead of just like shooting every green person on sight, even if they're unarmed, and walking away.
No, sir, you do not get to do that. No, sir. That is not what the half-cloaks are. You take it back.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Listen, we already have enough of that in the real world. I don't need to make it in my fantasy world.
Yeah. You should have seen yesterday. I took them out to the Warren and I made them watch as I paid people to steal.
Look, they're doing great. The Gestalt cloaks, half cloaks.
I made the guards watch as I paid people to steal.
Well, that's an interesting approach. Look, I'll let you know if anything comes up where I think their half cloaks are overstepping, and you can,
Here,
politely let them know that that's not appreciated in the Warrens.
Yaisel, the Warren, half cloaks are having a hard time seeing each other in the Warren, so I made them these armbands.
Oh, I love it.
Majestic says, yay, I can't wait to start you guys
That's
in the beginning of campaign 2.
It's a creepy face.
That is a creepy face, but I do very much like the hearts before it.
So the half cloaks have now been given armbands.
No, we're not doing this.
Also,
So they can stand out.
she's become like, the half-cloaks are like, when she was growing up, they're like, Yaisel, and now she's in charge of them? And they're like, Yaisel.
Is what's her name who was looking for Yaisel still in the half
No,
cloak?
she's
No,
dead.
she's long gone.
Oh, is she?
She
Okay.
never returned from the other city.
I see. Yeah, she got turned into bugs.
No, that was a different person who replaced her.
Yeah,
She was taken to the outsider city and never returned.
Good riddance.
Majestic says lol. The half-cloaks do stand out. They're called half-cloaks because they wear a cloak that comes off one shoulder that is a distinctive purple color.
And
Distinctive
then
red.
the one shoulder, the one that's open, has the armband.
Okay.
If he has the
While
half
everyone
cloaks,
is carving up the South into their own little, Lorelei is carving up the Warrens into a lovely little peaceful little Mario kingdom of happy-go-lucky noises and little mushroom people.
So you begin trying to bring some structure to the Warrens, which are, for all intents and purposes, a shanty town that is inside the first wall. Your school helps a lot with giving people an out, like a way to know enough to be useful somewhere in the city or without. But there's still a lot of people who, when you have a city this big and a population this often at war, without fathers who end up there, and so you begin to turn it from a lawless maze of buildings to ones in which the people who try to keep roads clean enough that they can be traveled and keep buildings from springing up on the main roads have enough backing to actually make it happen. So you begin to bring a sort of order to the shanty town.
Viva la revolution!
And Runa casts JK.
No. Majestic cast love.
Oh.
I cast rejection.
Oh, and then
I
you
cast JK, and then it didn't work, so I cast it again. Then Alex counterspelled by JK, so I cast shit. And then they cast counterspell.
Oh, Triad God is now falling. Hello, Triad. Nice to see you.
Oh,
that's a name I recognize.
Our arrow's not working.
Oh, the green background? Yeah, that's how it goes. I can, maybe Tyrant can put it on a different background. I'll have to ask him.
It's gone now.
Yeah. Okay. So that is how that begins. Yeah. Daniel's not here. The next one I wanted to do involved both of you. I'll let you start thinking about it, and I'll ask it again when Daniel gets here. I want to know what happens with Hathan Lathir.
Okay.
And I'm looking to you two to write the end of that, if you so desire. It could also just be something that gets dropped, but I think that's interesting and has been a fun thread throughout the latter half of the campaign. Tethel. So, what sort of position does Tethel get as your organization expands and the Alokrin one becomes more self-sufficient and not the main headquarters?
Tethel stays in charge of all things Alokrin.
Okay.
There's the eventual hierarchy, and we'll get into kids when we get into kids. I feel like that'll be its own chapter. But it'll be Dre, and then someone in charge of, his main city, like, someone in charge of, like just the main city is its own mega center.
Yeah.
And then there's someone who manages all the, like, little boroughs outside of the main city.
Okay.
Right, and they all splinter off into people who run the boroughs.
Yeah.
And then someone who does that for Yaizel's stuff, who's probably approved by Yaizel.
I hired him.
Someone...
I was told to come and manage a criminal organization.
What's your experience, sir?
I sold her a really cool bracelet.
You're in.
Cool! What's the pay? Holy fuck the pay! Fuck bracelets.
And then... Yeah. So, Tethel would probably be, if he would come, like, if he was to come back and sit in the circle of people, he'd probably be at the level of one of those, like, major branch
So you have, like, you, and then you have your...
5 tiger generals kind of thing.
Okay. Your underbosses.
Yeah.
Alright.
Please, be scared of cats and name them tiger generals.
Well, yeah, it's the most fearsome thing. They call me Catman.
Ah! A cat!
My cat.
Isn't Batman scared of bats?
Yeah. No, that's why it's...
Absolutely.
Wednesday, I made something in our basement. It's a cat cave.
It's just an old...
When I go out as Hathan Lathir.
No. It has to be in a tree, and it has to be called the cat tree. Not the bat cave, the cat tree.
Yes, Daniel.
So, something that I decided, something that Barian is starting to do is all of his land that he has is he's claiming for, he's going to put it under his name, but it's going to be a magical dominion.
Oh, okay.
So what he's doing is his students and people, like, in power are going to be magicians.
Okay.
And basically they're going to, they're going to help rule the land, that type of thing, and then put a lot of bringing back magic to the people, and putting a lot of magic into strengthening the land and protecting it and, like, helping the people with that type of stuff.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
So it's going to be kind of like a magically administrated area.
Yeah. As for your students, so from what I can tell, Ganelthion would probably be a big part of that, and probably would probably favor that over going back to his father's domain in Ellerin.
And what about the other ones?
So Sindri works for you as long as it's tenable, but at some point you're too restrictive and he's going to strike out on his own with experiments, much to the chagrin of...
okay, so eventually Sindri goes off onto his own. Yeah, yes. And that's fine. Yes.
Arethel, the young elf, is... quickly you realize the most talented of your students.
I put a lot of time into her too.
Yeah, and she is also the most intelligent of them.
Okay.
So she will grow rather quickly and become a little bit of a prodigy at a fairly young age.
Okay, so yeah.
Not like a Nem where it's like she's 13 and can cast 9th level magic, but like by her 30s.
Okay.
Like getting quite powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Your Furbolg will probably spend quite a few years with you. But eventually strike off on her own. But that might be as part of your, like, instead of being under you, being part of your kind of magistocracy that you have going on there, just a little, like, less directly underneath you.
Mm-hmm.
And then as for Ansem, he is going to take a bit of a hiatus and...
do his own
no,
thing.
sorry, not Ansem. Yeah, Ansem would take a bit of a hiatus and start trading.
Okay.
Become a bit of a merchant, eventually tire of it, and come back to continue studying magic and be part of this.
Okay, cool. And then the girl.
Ella.
Ella, she... no. She is probably the first to leave you.
Okay.
She gets to, like, 7th level-ish, and then decides it's time for her to start her own tower. Somewhere removed from you. It doesn't end like any hard feelings, but there's always a bit of like a barrier between her and the party that she's kind of made her decision about the group and is never like fully supportive of it. So eventually when she's trained enough.
Every time Yaisel's around her, she always does something mean. Like, whenever Ella's like, rolls her eyes or is like trying to put distance, Yaisel gets like really close and elbows her and leaves.
Okay. So then I would have like my little council.
Okay.
So basically it's going to be me, Ganelthion, the Furbolg,
Arethel and Ansem.
Arethel and Ansem. So
Okay.
the 5 of us.
Yeah.
And the 5 of us, obviously with me at the head, are going to like administer my land and holdings.
Okay.
And help, and then using the other apprentices and stuff below us, because we're going to have a lot more, because they're going to be able to take on apprentices and stuff, and
Yes.
we'll have the college in my Demesne, and then we'll also have the tower in, like, the college in Alocrin.
Alright. I will put notes for the ones that join you.
Okay. Hathan Lathier.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
I would like you guys to decide at the end of that story. It was quite an interesting few diversions.
Does Barry and ever tell Dre?
Or does Dre ever figure it out? How does it go?
Or does Dre figure it out?
I think one time when Dre's out on the warpath in his own land, Barian would walk into one of his camp as Hathan. Like one of his war camps.
Okay.
Or wherever you are, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I just, hello?
Hey, I'm trying to sleep. Why aren't you in bed?
No, I meant like the front gate, like talking to your guys. Hello. I'm here to tell some stories.
We don't like stories.
You're welcome to enter. It's gonna need to search you for weapons, however.
Wonderful.
The boss doesn't want us to let people in.
Right, but it's fucking boring in here.
Yeah.
You'll enjoy the stories.
But it's more boring than death!
No weapons, no weapons. Just these paws. Oh, somebody.
Now we
Well,
didn't
what do we
know
got?
us.
Who's subscribed?
Try and got subscribe with
Now we didn't know it.
That was Kana talking, by the way, an NPC who's followed along with the party.
If you go on YouTube and watch our previous campaign, you'll learn more about that.
Was that YouTube?
It's a short watch.
Yeah, just a quick 4-hour procession.
For 3 years, yeah, okay.
Just fucking let him through. You gotta be gone by the morning.
I won't be that long, trust me.
Okay, alright.
Yeah.
Walk in.
You watch the gate. I'll bring him in.
I'll go to like the mead hall or wherever like the people are drinking, like the late night shift or whatever.
Okay.
And,
Runa? What are you...
Bringing him, and then I'm going to Dre.
Okay.
Sitting, so I'm in the hall. I'm like pulled up a chair. I'm like, and the story begins with a trickle of blood.
What?
Boss, there's a storyteller.
The door flies open and no one walks through it.
I came to
gone.
tell you so that, because the other guy didn't want to tell you.
No. My room is now empty.
I also have dispel magic.
Okay.
Oh, no, I can't. Never mind.
Yeah, it's not gonna help you. As you head over to the mead hall, you see the Tabaxi sitting on his floating shield, going over his story.
With the music playing in the background, and you come in just as the image of the giant just, and then it's a picture of like not you, like an amorphous you, like someone who knew you would be like, is that Dre? But someone who doesn't know you just be like, oh, okay, it's just like and it's just you just like biting the bottom of the heart, and the blood's just like dripping down your face, and then it's your companions. A group of unknown men that are just like, yeah, criticizing you, and then it's you just killing all of your friends.
Muscles, though.
Yeah, there's a pronounced cock bulge. You're at least 6'4" in this.
They got everything right about me. Everything is perfectly accurate. That's crazy.
What are you doing, Dre, as the story unfolds before you?
I'll roll performance though too.
Yeah, do it.
Here, give me a thing.
Absolutely.
Hopefully I don't roll out of the nat 1.
4.
Yeah, that's
It's
great.
not your best performance, but it's the first Dre has seen it live.
It's an 11.
Make a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
Sure. No, because I can't see it.
Yep.
16 and 11.
Okay, that is going to be a 13.
Nope. You are paralyzed.
Dre flashes into view,
Yeah.
the invisibility ending as you fight.
Have fun!
So you see him stuck mid-gesticulation atop his shield. You draw your sword and shout at him.
Nobody knows what you're doing.
As everybody stops and looks over at you now with your weapon drawn, shouting at him.
No one knows the correlation.
What are you doing?
He's gonna kill this man in open blood in the
I
middle?
mean, this is one of Dre's areas, so people probably a fair number of people know to look out for Alan and report to Dre about it. But this fair.
But I'm sure Dre's not spreading that he's the butcher.
No.
Or have you been?
Not Dre's spreading.
No.
No, right? So sure.
Make me another wisdom saving throw, unless Dre is doing something else.
Everybody else!
People get up
There's
and start clearing out with frightened looks on their
Those are
face.
not
A
many.
few of them with more knowing looks,
just need
but
one.
many of them just scared that Dre's here
that?
and mad.
17.
Oh, 19. I'm out.
Yeah, you.
As you're freed.
So I throw my silence dagger at you.
Okay.
Do I get to do anything?
You do. You get to make a wisdom saving throw.
There's no roll to hit with it?
No, it's a saving throw.
My
The dagger has to hit.
It's a saving throw, isn't it?
No.
It's a roll to hit, and then it's a saving throw to get out.
Oh, right.
That would be so busted.
Go ahead.
If it was
It just automatically hits every time.
Okay.
Remembering.
Okay.
29.
I need to.
No.
I'm using shield. Actually, no. It has to do damage, right?
It does not.
Nope.
It doesn't do any damage.
It does no damage, just to hit. 13.
What am I rolling?
I don't know.
No. What are you rolling? So he got a 29 to hit you. Casting shield, I don't think is going to make that miss.
No, but what I can do is cast mirror image.
Well, you're too late at this point. As you feel the dagger sink into your leg and the thorns spread. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Well, he's just...
No. You're...
Well,
Take it away, boys.
I'm going to grab him.
Well, just you have some rounds. Give us some like stuff to this.
How do you guys want to deal with this?
I don't know because I don't.
I'm doing this very roleplay. Like I don't want it to be like a combat.
Okay. Well, I don't know how your dagger works.
So it silences you. You can try to rip it out with an athletics, but while it's in you, you can't speak.
No. I telekinetically pull you into my hand by your throat.
Is everybody gone?
Yeah.
People are clearing out, but I doubt they would all have made it out.
I would still be waiting.
Yeah.
I'm like, we don't love stories.
You would be silenced.
Does it actually like silence?
It's silence.
So Dre's silenced too then, because it's an area of
it's
effect.
not an area. The dagger
It's just
affects a
dagger.
person.
God, this dagger's busted.
Hey.
No, then I can't talk. I'm just standing there not
Yep.
talking to you.
I'm just glaring at you, waiting for people to leave.
As eventually you guys are alone in the drinking hall.
I just don't do anything. I leave the dagger in.
Okay, you're just sitting there with the dagger like sticking out of your thigh.
I've waited a long time for this day. If you try and run, I'll find you. And I pull out the dagger.
I'm going to
I'm
grab
still
the
holding
dagger
you.
from him.
You can try.
Okay. Do I get to do something?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're being held by the throat.
He pulls the dagger out of your leg. You feel the thorns retract into it. Are you grabbing for the dagger?
No, but I am going to cast Dominate Person.
As
You gave me a magic item, which makes me immune to charm effects.
I haven't given that to you yet.
It's been years. Like, this would have been, like, months after.
you would also
the
know
end of the
he
campaign.
has it.
Okay. Well,
This is the one thing Dre, like, absolutely would be, like, do everything in his power to be immune to. If you didn't give it to him, he got it from someone else.
Okay.
However
sure.
much it'll cost.
Sure. It sounds like you just want to get okay.
I don't what do you do?
I
Like,
didn't think about this one very much.
You can speak now if you want to say something. You don't necessarily have to.
You don't like storytellers?
What's your game, cat? What did
tell
I ever do to you?
Nothing. Or else I'd be dead.
Why are you being so nice to me?
So nice to you? I've told
Yeah.
half the country that you're a butcher.
And look where it got me.
Yeah. Well done, lad.
God, you've been such a pain.
I haven't punched you once.
Ugh, you're an idiot.
Barion's gonna merge back.
It's the illusion.
Hey, Dre.
fades.
I'm gonna roll to slap him.
I have Blade Song.
As you see your brother's face turning, you know what's coming. As
Yeah.
you hum of the blade song picks up.
And I'm just gonna hug him. I don't wanna, like, rush like I'm attacking. I'm just gonna hug him.
As you are like preparing to dodge, and then you see it turning into a hug. As you hug your brother.
And then the hug turns into a slap.
I thought you would have found out.
You're a fucking genius. That's the best marketing campaign ever put into existence.
Okay, so you're fine if I
Holy shit, man.
So you're fine if I implement the songs in all of the bars?
I'm gonna keep it vague.
Sure. I
Oh,
made
yeah.
you taller and gave you that bulge, right? Like, I tried
What
to
do you
keep it, they wouldn't recognize
What do you
you.
mean? It looks exactly like me.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, exactly. Yes, Ray. Yes. I thought you would have found
Put
out
that on a
sooner.
t-shirt. I made you taller and gave you the bulge.
I thought you would have found out sooner.
I've been trying to track this fucker down.
It's because I'm too sneaky. Just admit it.
Pretty sneaky.
Okay, well, good. Alright. I'm gonna go turn back into Thaumathir and open up the door. Everyone come back!
People like looking like trying to look like they're not gathering around to listen and watch. Like you see as the door opens, a bunch of people going to like sweeping the deck. And it's like late at night. Oh, yeah. Put the broom down and start coming back into the...
We've come to an arrangement.
All right.
Who all is here? Like, is this...
It would be like... this would be on the edge of your territory shortly after it was taken, so there would be like soldiers, guards here, mercenaries,
Okay.
Along with like some of the braver people who were moving in early.
Okay. Proudfoot.
People.
Huddle.
People are. Somebody. Oh, we probably shouldn't all gather in front of people and identify ourselves.
We all know you're
what are they
fucking
gonna do?
criminals.
It's fine. We're on the same side. Anyway, I'm gonna go to the other side of camp. You guys enjoy your night. Anyone who has reason to meet with me.
Well, let's enjoy your night. You find yourself on the other side of camp with a bunch of like thinly disguised Proudfoots. Like one guy threw like a bar towel over his head before he walked out.
All right.
Yeah, boss.
This is an update. You're gonna have to spread the word. I don't want to do it. Pathan and I have come to an understanding. He doesn't want to die, and I kind of like the free publicity. So from now on, Pathan's officially an employee of Proudfoots Incorporated.
I'll be taking a salary.
So we're not hunting him anymore.
We're not hunting him. We're of course denying anything he says is true.
Okay, yeah, we'll spread the word.
I'll take my 10,000 gold salary right now, though.
As they start to leave. I'll have to go to the treasure.
I'm just kidding.
No, it's good. No,
Oh,
he means
okay.
it.
Get you every time.
Yeah, you do. As they
What?
spread off. As Yaisel, we were going to take a moment to meet your daughter, as she hatches, I believe.
Lyra,
Lyra.
the cutie.
As we've seen her for her 16th birthday, but she would start out very much as an egg that you guys have been incubating, as it were.
Struggling.
Although, originally, she was taken away by the
What
The
a
woman that got her
woman.
ribs kicked
What
in.
a bitch! You killed her?
No,
No,
but they did break her
I
ribs.
just
The
kicked-
butcher.
God.
Yeah.
You're the anti-butcher.
No,
you
we-
implode their ribs.
We saw her break a couple of ribs with the kick last time we saw her.
But it would eventually come the day that there starts to be movement under the egg, and it
I
begins to
forgot. No,
crack.
Yaisel did beat the shit out of her.
Yeah.
And so did Big Red.
Oh, God.
Because she dissed our parenting style. So in that, we took violence.
Okay, sorry. Barian would have come back and would have paid for all of her medical bills.
Okay.
And given her, like, 10 grand.
I don't know. Yaisel already sent her a note that said, if you say anything, you're fucking dead. So,
I also threatened
Pretty
her.
much taken care of.
tomato.
I feel like Barian would have found out and would have been like,
Yeah, I would have told them. Like, it wouldn't have been like he
You
found
would've
out.
bragged about
Guys,
it.
I would have bragged if I was like, yeah, this fucking bitch said I couldn't raise my own fucking kid.
Yeah.
How old?
Have fun raising eggs with your ribs broken.
You're the fucking Jesse Pinkman of this group. You're just like,
Barian's like,
yeah,
Yaisel,
bitch.
Yeah.
I believe it's called curbing. You curb stomped a 70-year-old woman.
Curb stomping is a lot different, and I didn't do it.
Okay, you boot fucked a 70-year-old woman, Yaisel.
Yeah, Big Red punched. Big Red could tell you he punched her.
I will get to him. This is not okay.
Yaisel, you should apologize.
I did, and I told her that if she says anything, I'll kill her.
I unwrapped the note.
That's
If
not-
you say anything, I'll kill you.
That's not really much of an apology. That's more of a
It's
threat
great.
of future violence.
Yeah, it's my apology.
It's not an
That's not.
apology.
That is not. Yaisel, that is not an apology.
I teach this to 6-year-olds.
We need to have a different conversation if that's what you think an
I'll
apology
give her
is.
money, I don't know.
That's still not an apology. It's better than the
I don't want to
note, but
apologize to that bitch.
she was trying to be caring of a dragon.
No, I tried to take my kid back, and she said you're a terrible parent.
Well, to be honest,
What?
you took
What was that?
You took
Look, Yaisel, it's a 5-step thing. When you say, or when you do,
Ah!
feel-
I'm leaving! fine!
So I did,
She'll walk out.
and I'm sorry.
I'm not staying here alone.
Going forward,
Why do we have to leave our own house?
Because we're getting scolded! Like
Let's go
we're
drink.
children!
Fucking
then
people.
don't act like one.
Walk away.
Barry turns to Laura like,
Type is sitting on the ground watching us.
Barry turns like, I hope you took this as a learning lesson. Do not act like your mom.
Type is like, ha.
Cut forward like 14 years later to Lyra going to meet the woman.
Hey.
Hello.
I heard that you took care of my egg while my mom was gone.
I took care of a lot of eggs.
She was scary and had a big red man with her.
I remember your mother.
I came to apologize.
Is this really necessary?
Only
What are we doing here?
We're apologizing for my
14
mom's...
years late.
I'm
I
worried.
just found out about it and I told her that it was bad.
Did she mistreat you?
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Actually,
Well, except for
quite,
that one.
we're quite rich.
I mean,
That's what's
Okay.
important.
It's
at
fine.
least.
But
Not the rich part, that you weren't mistreated.
I came to apologize and give you a little gift.
What?
It's 5,000 gold.
a pittance, really.
Yes. Sorry.
I'll tell your mother as long as she raised you well, I forgive her.
If I tell her that I came here, she'll come back. So I'm not gonna do that. She's not a...
Not that she's a bad parent, or that she's prone to violence still.
I'm protecting you by not telling her.
Very well.
Thanks.
Live well.
She'll hug her.
She gives you a hug. She's very old.
Yeah.
Exceedingly old at this point.
Jeez. I didn't know your mother was capable. She's so frail.
We should probably do the wedding.
Maybe she just fell and broke her rib.
First, we're dealing with Lyra's birth. As the egg would begin to crack and hatch. Big Red would probably be the first to notice.
He's like, hold on.
Hey! Hey! Hey!
What? What?
Crack! Crack! Okay.
Go get people. I don't know. What do I do with egg
Why do
crack?
I have to do it?
Because I'm watching our egg.
Oh, you're faster!
I got the frying pan.
No, Lorelai's already there.
Lorelai, you got the magic thing. You tell people.
The dragon egg.
Oh!
Are you saying ascending?
Get Barry and get Dre. Ah, what do we do? I'll build that.
His
Hold
hand
it.
starts to glow
Hold
a little.
it. And
he's
she's
like,
gonna get like blankets and pillows and make like a little...
I still don't know if it's supposed to be hot or cold.
Stop.
Dre! Varian, I made a group call. Come to the ice house right away.
Barian would run down the tower, grab Dre and Wednesday, grab K-Naw, and to just leap into the,
Portal room.
and then just, and he would appear right behind Big Red.
Kennat lives with them.
Yeah.
So she would just be
so then
upstairs.
her, Wednesday, Dre, and
K-Naw!
would appear.
I'm trying to sleep in.
The egg's hatching!
Young lady, get out of your room right now!
She comes running down in her pajamas.
I've had it up to here with your nonsense.
Is hatching?
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
You got a nest? That's good.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh! I'm gonna have sending to one of those weird nun ladies.
Okay.
Help! We're at Yaizu's house. Something's happening!
As you would get a response. We are coming.
Oh, they already fucking knew.
As
They're up to something. I don't know what they're up to.
it's about 2 minutes later, and it's more than a 2-minute walk to the temple.
Barian pops in,
There's a
drops
knock
off
at the door.
Wednesday and
Dre.
Dre, and then he's like, "Oh shit!" Disappears, comes back with a notebook.
It's about 2 minutes later. There's a knock.
I'll
I got it! You had
I'll
it! Look.
curl around the egg, like, you know, like, awkwardly.
Didn't you watch Jurassic Park? Peel the shell off it! Come on! His little nose is trying to poke out.
They come in. Do not peel the shell off of it.
What do we do?
As 2 of the nuns come in, dressed in their sort of like grayish purple, and
Nuns
approach.
going to do weird shit to these.
Leave it. It is still hatching. If it struggles too much, we will intervene. As they turn to the other one in a language. Oh, actually,
Abyssal?
in Abyssal, you say.
Me and Barry would both understand.
Watch the dragon one. She was a problem last time.
What did you say?
Nothing is fine.
I was instructing my
Relax.
assistant.
Everything's fine.
You are squeezing the egg.
Am I supposed to?
No.
Is that just massaging Yaisel?
As you guys watch,
Breathing exercises, remember?
Detect magic, and I'm watching what these ladies do.
Now push, Yaisel. Push the egg away. Push it away from you.
You would notice the whole room, since they've entered, has been sort of suffused with a holy energy. Not one you're familiar with.
I'm gonna cast enhance ability on the egg. I'm gonna give it strength to help it get out.
As more cracks start to...
This is why Lyra's so strong! She was given an answer.
One of the nuns looks, a blessing on the child. As the
I'm gonna
egg
cast
starts
enlarge
to
reduce on the egg.
As you guys watch a piece of it fall away, and inside is the like lizard-like, now formed but tiny little dragonling. At this point, she has like 4 claws, like a dragon does, but there's thumbs coming off of them as she starts to, blind, eyes closed, break her way out of the egg. And Big Red is like collecting these like,
Are we keeping them?
I guess so.
Sure!
Now we are. I definitely know what to do here.
Is this what you do now?
I guess so. Look at the.
Baron's gonna turn, look at her, and be like, "It's a demon."
Should the eyes not be open? The eyes aren't open. Why aren't the eyes open?
I don't know. I don't know why the eyes aren't open.
As the dragon breaks its way out of the egg and starts to move around a bit, but just very shortly before it curls up.
Can I grab it?
Yeah, if you want to pick it up. Just like tiny, like fits in your cupped hands at this point.
It's so cute.
As the nuns
She's
are
so
already
cute.
like packing up and leaving at this point.
Look at it! Her! Look at her!
Yeah, it's a woman, you can tell, because, yeah.
Shut up. She's beautiful.
She's so... Is she supposed to be this small?
I'm going to find a spot for all the
Look at the
shells.
size of her muscles.
She's fucking
Would I know if the
giant.
shell is useful?
Not as far as you're aware.
Okay.
Dragonborn shell. No.
Brain's just like,
As there's
Baron-
the noise of him like slamming the door, and she starts to cry a little bit, and you watch her start to glow white. And Yaisel, you feel your hands start to chill and become cold.
Okay, sorry, Alex.
Big Red comes back and oh, she doesn't let me take. Ah! Why? Why?
Is there frost on this?
He's got like little like frostbitten spots on his hands.
It doesn't hurt.
What do you mean it doesn't hurt? It burns. Wait, I can't burn. Why does it burn?
I don't know. Like, she's just... There's like ice. Oh, there's ice.
There's a frost trap.
God damn it!
why are your children so vibrant all the time?
This is from his side of the family.
Don't blame me. It's your fucking creepy god.
This one's actually natural!
It glow blue with cold.
Ow. It's as in like... She's a lightning dragon too.
little flash of lightning. Wait, why lightning breath? You have cold breath.
I don't know! Get someone get my mom!
I'm going to take off my, I don't know, I reached for my horn. I'm gonna take off my ring of cold resistance and give it to Big Red.
It doesn't fit. Oh.
Give it to him.
Lazuli!
Yes.
What is it's sparking and cold? Look,
I have
your
not seen
granddaughter!
both before, but our family is mixed.
How do you deal with something this small?
She'll go and set it kind of carefully down in the nest that you made there.
And it's not a dragon. Like it's a humanoid.
It's
thing.
kind of a mix.
Okay, what does it look like?
It's got 4 legs like a dragon and like hind legs like a dragon, but there's like thumbs on the 4 legs. And as she gets older, pretty rapidly she becomes humanoid.
Okay.
It's so... What if we squish it?
Leave it.
What if we accidentally squish it?
Don't.
It's an accident!
That's why we make the nest and we put the area around it.
You'll be fine, guys. It's okay.
I
What's that over there? I'm gonna cast Death Ward on the baby.
This family. This family.
Not that I don't trust them, you know.
Reasonable.
Do you have anything else you'd like to do with the baby here?
I want to show, like, when she gets older to Tithe.
Okay.
Babies sure are cute.
Because, like, Tithe watched, Avi.
Yeah.
But, like, he was...
You want to introduce her when she's, like, a little bigger?
Yeah.
Let's go somewhere else first and we'll come back to that.
Do you want to do it to start, like, kids in a...
Yeah, we should do, like, a chapter of kids.
Sure.
Well, let's deal with the stuff because my kids would be coming.
Indeed.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean.
Let's move on to children.
Well, but first would be the wedding.
Oh, yeah, we could do the wedding first.
The wedding would happen pretty much right. Well, and we have we have another
I
event
think-
to deal with.
I think Derek and then the wedding and then the rest of the kids.
We also have the explosion.
Derek and then the wedding?
The kid, adopted child.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Because that's like
yes.
right away after.
Yeah. So yeah, do you want to do something with the adoption of Derek?
Well, one day I'm just leaving my work, you know, in a house, and there's just a little basket.
Narcane says moo.
Moo.
Hi, Narcane.
And if you've seen that one World of Warcraft cinematic where Thrall's mom sends him down a river in a basket, it's like that basket with that little orc baby in it.
Yeah.
War Chief.
Two big cows. As you see the basket, you go to look, and within it is a little green baby that has been left at some point.
A little mark on the side of his face. Uh-oh. What happened to you? I'm gonna take him out of the basket.
He looks to be maybe a year or two old, but very malnourished, very small. Starts crying. Doesn't seem to have learned to like really talk yet.
Okay.
So we get worried he'll glow.
I'm going to run inside. We have like food for all ages. I'm just gonna.
Mix up some baby formula of some sort and feed him a bit. You eventually realize you have nowhere to leave him. Most people have kind of packed up for the day.
Well, maybe he can just stay for a couple days at my house.
As Ari comes back a few days later from a trip that she's been on.
Hi.
Darling, I'm home. What are you doing?
Hi.
Why are you bouncing and turned about? I'm not in the mood to dance.
No,
What do you have?
nothing.
What is crying?
Nothing.
Lorelei,
Ow.
don't. What is that?
Nothing. Just like a normal thing to have.
Certainly not for us, however.
I don't know if it feels pretty normal now.
Oh, it's starting. All right. No, I've prepared for this. We will not drink wine when we have problems. It's a baby.
His name is Derek.
Of course it is. As she collapses, just faints, like passes right out, hits the ground.
Telekinesis.
As you catch her softening before she can just thump against the ground.
Mommy's okay. Mommy's okay. She's just very tired.
Mommy has a hard time with commitment.
As she wakes up, I had a...
She's on the couch now with like a cloth on her head.
Oh, I am home.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, it wasn't a dream.
She passes
I
out
promise I'm excited. Promised I would be excited.
Do you want to hold him?
Yes, I suppose so. Well, you're very malnourished.
That's right. Yeah.
Alright, take it back.
Him.
Sure, yes, him. I'll be alright. Just give me a few minutes to feel less dizzy.
Okay. Do you want anything?
Yes. No. Yes. She recovers fairly quickly, and Ari is, like, especially when he's a baby and at first, like trying really hard not to be cold. And Ari's usually like kind of cold anyways, and like trying not even to be that, but like just so out of her element, which would probably be like the most adorable. Like she is clearly trying very hard because she knows you want this, and then slowly also falling in love with Derek. Like the first time he misbehaves and like Lorelai yells at him would be like a moment that you see her attitude shift from like trying really hard to like, "There's my little rapscallion."
Here comes the war blimp.
Don't teach him that.
Here comes
Spoil his education.
Here comes the car.
You guys have your first like since you've got back together, your first big couples fight.
Yeah.
Over like how to take care of the kid. We will absolutely be teaching him no such thing.
He needs to know everything.
He does not need to learn about liches.
Yes. What if one gets in our house?
Fine, but we're moving it to 8. 8 years old,
7.
at the earliest. No, 7 is an
They
important
like 7-year-olds.
year. We're doing botany at 7. He'll just be old enough to get into it and he can start to really grasp it.
Alright, but you have to teach him to make potions.
Of course.
Barry just pops over. And he's still a kid right now, right? Still a baby?
Yeah, he's like 3-4 years old.
Barian comes over with milk. I'm assuming you guys haven't talked. I went and got milk from an orc lady. For you.
Oh.
Here.
Is that why he's...
No, this makes sense. This makes sense. Thank you, Barian.
Yeah, and you guys said botany at 7? So does that mean wizardry at 10?
We do not need any more input on his lessons.
No wizardry.
Because honestly, we
will not
could...
be learning
No wizardry.
I'm thinking like we could probably start abjuration by 4.
We're a united front. No wizardry.
My talent is in a sort of magic I do not
No
wish to pass
hags.
on. Precisely. And Lorelai's is in holy magic. He will not have magical aptitude, Barian.
Well, you never know. Like could
Not
be
any I'm willing to pursue.
abjuration, illusion, enchantment.
Well, I mean,
Forward.
we don't know his
Navigation.
biological parents, but, you know, what are the odds his biological parents are wizards?
Oh, right. He's not right.
All right, you never know.
It's fine.
Maybe
Well,
he's
No,
maybe he's
I do
mentally
know.
handicapped. I don't
like
know.
1 in 10,000.
Cut forward.
No child of mine will be a wizard.
Come forward to like 5 years old. You've like he's like dug into some books and like been able to read, and he's like shows Barry and like you know about this stuff. You like show him quickly, and he casts his first cantrip.
Like Derek.
Huh?
Just read the scroll. Just read it.
Cono esti Felipe.
Fine familiar. So Derek has his own familiar now.
He's little
Sugar glider.
yeah, 2 little sugar gliders. They sort of stick together.
I fucking knew it.
You've never seen 2 summons come out of one.
Okay, that's interesting. I look at him like, do not tell your mom.
Mom.
What has been chewing on the walls?
Roscoe! Bad!
These are not beak marks.
I
Why are there sugar gliders
Tife!
appearing and disappearing in the kitchen?
It's a new ability I have.
Barian?
Sorry. Sorry, what did you say?
Barian Jacobson. As we come to the wedding, which would probably be before he starts learning magic,
Yeah.
but it would be
newborns now.
Well, this will be way back. The wedding is way back.
no, this would be after the kid shows up. The wedding would be probably close to a year after the thing with your father. Speaking of your father, what do you
It
want?
would be so cute. The wedding will have 2 little, and then a 4-year-old.
Yeah, because my kids happen pretty quick after the wedding.
Your father would not come to visit, but would invite you all to visit him in the astral plane.
Yes. I need to tell him how I beat him.
You guys come.
Okay.
You guys arrive at what looks similar to Echo, the floating city, but surrounded by the astral sea and in terrible repair. You can see a rift cutting through what once would have been some sort of flying city that was moved to the astral plane. It looks like a sword of massive size cleaved into it. Portions of the barrier are working, and your father is living in that portion. There are dangerous creatures that seem to be held back by blue chains that bind them. And you guys could go, like the whole group goes to visit Aethgar.
I'm gonna rub it in his face.
Hey, Aethgar.
You came after all.
Don't drive him crazy.
Yeah.
It's already crazy.
Dad.
I need to apologize.
For going crazy?
Indeed. I knew it was risky. I thought myself more than a match for the dangers of splitting my soul, and I was incorrect. And you paid the price for that. I apologize.
So are you stuck out here now, or?
Yes, I can no longer enter the material plane.
Well, technically.
I can send a aspect, but it is tenuous.
I think I could get you in.
I don't think you can.
I'm going to pull out my stone.
Okay.
I should be out here with you.
I will not be using one of those.
No?
No, I do not wish to be an adherent.
What's an adherent?
What do you mean?
No one's told me what this is.
It's a welkin.
Sorry, a what?
It's a crude one, but a welkin.
What's a welkind?
The gods use it for some of their followers to collect divine power from them.
You never taught your kids this, so you should now.
I made a welkind?
This sounds boring.
Hold on.
It's
Hold on.
unstable,
Thanks
and
for the city.
I would need. I'm not an expert on these things, but
So what can it do?
well, a proper welkind can just store divine power and is usually used to collect it and transfer it to your deity. A couple of the... I know Numdir has a number of his followers who carry welkins.
And then, so I'm putting my power into this thing.
I suppose so, although yours looks less refined than the ones I've seen before.
Sure, I just made it. But like, what, can I use it later, or?
Welkin is a method I considered when trying to find ways to ascend more quickly. It works after a fashion. The thing with godhood and divinity is it's not an additive sort of process. It grows upon itself. So certainly it could be used for that sort of thing, but it is going to be a lower form. At best you would become a titan.
Well, either way, I just made it so that I could stay on the material plane. I felt it trying to push me out.
I'm impressed you were able to craft such a thing.
It took some doing. Who's that lady
Ah,
in the bubble?
no one worth meeting.
Yeah, but at least curiosity.
I think the more I say, the more curious you will grow, which is a dangerous combination.
Alright, well,
Enough to say that if you were to ever approach her, your life would never be the same, and not in a positive manner.
alright.
We did disappear.
I rolled a 48 to stealth.
And I rolled a 39.
What are you guys doing?
What is
Exploring the city.
Okay, so there's the barrier, and then after that you're going to end up in the astral sea, so there's areas you can explore in the barrier, or are you trying to leave the barrier?
Nah.
Okay. You guys vanish as they're talking about Welkins and like getting
Yeah.
into the... as you guys go looking around...
We step into the shadows.
This one, pretty quickly you realize is much better than Epilone's city was. Larger, more ornate, but more ravaged by some sort of combat. You don't find signs of like a battle between troops. Starting from the cut in it, there are marks that this thing got battered around by a sword that was large enough to cut into it. This was a titanic battle between very large things, forces.
You think I could do it?
Do what?
Destroy the city like they did.
No. You're
You wanna
tiny.
try?
Yep. No. Be my guest. Destroy this city right now.
I mean, I tore a hole into reality. What makes it say I can't destroy the city?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm gonna...
You take like a spot of metal, like at the edge of the cut, where it's kind of jagged, and this is like a rift that you stare into that goes clear, like astral sea below it, that he's started to kind of bubble over to try to repair and deal with. And there's like the jagged edge of the cut where the metal like comes out. So you take a piece that you could like tear off, and you pull, and you're full strength. The thing doesn't even budge.
It's...
Whatever this is
I
made of,
feel
even a piece that looks like it's ready to rip off doesn't even bend under your force.
This is nothing. I have a newborn at home. I'm really tired.
Come on, mom strength.
Shit!
Does not budge.
Arbitrary, please. You can destroy the city. Let me destroy the city.
You feel an attention turned towards the city, and you just hear a child's play.
Well, I'm a kid. Let me do it.
Nothing happens.
Told you.
I would finish talking to Aethgar,
Okay.
and then I would, because I can go visit him with Gate, right?
You can, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go come back.
Well, I can come visit you.
Where did the others go?
I
Hey.
don't know. Dre.
They hear a fuck.
Ah.
They're in trouble.
Let's go rescue them from the astral sea.
Okay.
I can't destroy this fucking ground.
The metal's been enchanted. It is abnormally strong.
Fuck. Sorry. I mean, hi. We never left.
You're very interesting to listen to.
Did you know I beat you?
I did not get the full story. Master Hall was not there to witness it.
I
Nor
can
was
give
he
you it
very
all.
keen to speak with me at length.
I could tell you everything.
Please. Sorry to bore you.
So,
Yes.
you were like split into two people. And one wanted to kill the other, and one was like, I don't want to die, but so kill the other. And so, I boomed you, took you by the neck. While you were at my neck, I boomed the other one, and did this, and then put you in that bottle. After you said I couldn't.
I thank you. You rescued me.
It's not good. Can you feel a little more like I beat you?
This is pretty
Your
good.
strength is impressive.
Thanks.
Shut up. My dad. Don't be weird.
He's not my type.
Okay.
I wish I
Well,
could come and visit you more,
It's
or
too short.
go see your mother.
I'm going to leave him a scrying glass. Can you use one of these?
Not required. I have such abilities already.
Well, then you can communicate with us then.
Of course.
Well, there we go.
I'm currently spending most of my effort on repairing what I can from the city. I'm going to need it. Nuldir's already had one swing at it.
At the city?
Indeed.
Honestly. I'm going to pull out my sword. Did you know, like, I can do... I don't know if I told you that I can do blade singing.
Really?
Yeah.
Strange.
This sword is older than
Like
Nuldir.
patty cake.
He showed me an image of Nuldir's ascension to godhood.
Huh.
Level 20 patty cake.
Strange offer.
So I'm like, none of them are gods. They're just people that... How?
That's what gods are.
Sure.
Well, the elementals are a different story.
Well, the
Patty cake
primordials,
ever
yeah.
seen.
But they're not omnipotent.
Certainly not.
We're playing patty cake with 220 level decks.
Okay. I'm done with what we were...
Okay. As we go to the wedding.
Charisse,
Yes.
I've done the proposing.
Yes.
No, we're not at the wedding yet.
And we've done the planning.
And I have tried to be a part of it. I've
practicing in
been
Did
another
not
room.
work.
kiboshed, removed,
Indeed. Yes.
threatened but not threatened by your mother.
That is the usual. Yes.
Nope.
They both stopped to listen to the match.
He's practicing in another room. The wedding's coming up.
Are you ready?
I think I am.
Any final Like, you know, are you gonna have me killed? You know?
When have I ever tried to have you killed?
I don't know. Like, if you haven't, then you've done very well, or very poor assassins. Do you still want to go through this?
Of course I want to go through with this. Are you having doubts?
No, but
It's
you know.
too late to have doubts. The wedding is in a few days.
No, it's too late to apologize. It's
For
too
what?
late. All right, and
I'm not
Brady's
going
just.
to be allowed to see you for the next few days.
Oh, then I should probably kiss you now.
Now would be a good time.
Okay, I kiss her.
She kisses you.
I touch her butt.
Excuse me.
What?
You're allowed to do it now.
That's a love butt touch.
I'll see you in a few days.
All right.
At the altar.
I'm wearing which color suit again?
Just pick one of the nice ones.
Hestia will kill me, if I don't get the right one.
You should be fine.
Sending to Hestia. Hestia, which color suit am I wearing again?
The black one.
Oh, good. Okay, good. She says the
Yes,
black one.
Runa.
Can I be on the bridal party?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Dre is my best man.
Okay.
Actually, I have 3 best men.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, sorry. No,
That's
I have
fine.
Dre's my best man.
Okay.
But then my bridal party,
Second
like
best
my
man.
groomsmen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have Dre's the best man. I have Big Red,
Mm-hmm.
Hall,
Okay.
Z, if they'll come, Tethel.
What?
Z's out, and make a persuasion check on Big Red.
Hey, you have advantage, because I'm his wife.
He's like, yeah, so you invite me, I don't think I'm going.
13, 15.
You're going, and you're
13,
on...
15?
Yep.
That's a 14.
Yeah, you're going.
Yeah, best man, good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Big Red.
But my daughter gets to be part of things. I know
Flower
she's baby,
girl.
but she's a little young for Flower. But yeah, prominent.
Well, she's learning to walk.
Yeah,
So I'll just help her walk.
yeah, she helped her walk, Flower girl.
Well, then my son's got to be prominent.
Hey,
Yeah.
Flower Boy.
Yeah.
Ring bearer.
Sure.
Tithe too, though.
Was Hall there? No or no?
Master
I'm gonna adopt another baby then.
I'll take
Will
the
show up.
flower girl.
Okay, so we got
Okay.
Tethel, Big Red, Hall, Dre's the best man, and then I have, what the fuck is his name? The dwarf from the,
Sindri?
no, from the
The blue guy, the one that doesn't like
Xanac
you.
Bluehammer?
no, the other bar.
Purvis.
Purvis,
Oh,
there
he's
we
not
go.
a
Purvis, and
He's a
that's
human.
those are the ones that we have
Okay,
for
yeah,
now.
Purvis will absolutely come.
Oh, and I'd ask the prince if he wants to be part of the bridal party.
He would accept.
Okay.
So the kids:
Hi.
ring bearer Derek,
Yeah.
Tithe, Lyra, and Yazel helping flower girls.
Yeah.
Yazel's also part of the bridal though.
Okay. As the wedding ceremony starts, it is in the palace. Not in, it's in the palace grounds. The garden that you've seen has been completely redone. There are like arching trellises that are a good 40 feet high, as wide as as wide as the church would be in this room. Flowers and vines growing across them. It is an outdoor, but it feels indoor with the plant growth growing overhead. Yes, you're trying not to laugh.
We're ending the incest.
The incest?
The entire royal family is just married and sons to each other, and Barry and the outsider that finally got in.
What?
Hestia was married to the current king's father, gave birth to the current king, and his brother married the current king when her husband was overthrown, and gave birth to this group of princes and princesses.
Really?
Yes,
I did not know that.
yes. That's why they call her Queen Mother.
Jesus. What the fuck?
That's why that's why they call her Queen Mother, and so does the king's brother.
So she's really the leader.
No, the king is very much the figurehead, and very much in charge. They both rule, but the king is both the public figure and very much has real power.
Weird. Okay.
I'm glad I ruined the move within some
Alright. That's a 19 to stop my child from screaming. Roll to stop your child from screaming.
Ari has provided a calming tincture for them.
Four.
If
This
needed,
is for Tithe.
Barian will subtle spell sleep.
Please don't do
Not while they're ring bearing and stuff. You can't.
Nope.
So Tithe is very
Those are so
grumpy. We woke him up for this. And Lyra.
Also, the last wedding he went to, he was given free reign to cause chaos, and very much is ready to do that.
And he can't.
He cannot.
And then Lyra has a 12.
Okay.
She's hanging in there.
Yeah.
You know, a baby, upset that they're not crying,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she's just and then she gets to walk in, she's like, oh.
Hey. Come here. Hey.
Hi.
Do you have to
No
behave?
one knew.
Why?
No one knew.
You get to throw things around.
Okay.
See, look, they're pretty. And blue.
In a regal
Not yet.
wooden crown.
You said
Here, yeah, you can throw a couple more.
in a regal wooden crown.
In a regal wooden crown with a sapphire. The high wind of the third peak is very much in attendance of the wedding.
Perch.
Roscoe has his own
Perched
little
behind the altar.
They have a little
Yeah.
bow tie?
Nope, just
Oh.
his very regal crown.
Yes, Runa.
Amos is also
Did he bring what's her name as his plus
he
one?
brought Brigitte.
Amos dressed up, fine old lady on his arm as you guys arrive, and she's looking around I'm at a wedding of the royalty. That's the king.
Mm-hmm.
That's the king
That
over
is
there.
the king, my love.
That's the king.
That's the king.
Right there.
Right there.
I-
That is
Sitting
the
like
queen.
2 rows away.
I imagine future Amos has fully adapted to modern nobility. He has a cane and a top hat and a monocle and a bow tie. He just struts around.
He
And
still
then-
wears a raggedy old coat.
And then,
I suppose the music.
so first would be the bridal party coming in, making their way, trailing behind the princess, who has her mother's arm as she comes down the aisle, in an absolutely stunning, almost prismatic white dress. When it catches the light, it throws rainbow colors off of it, almost like cotton candy at times in the right light, despite being completely white.
Got that Brent Weeks shit going on from the Black Prism. Do you ever read those books?
I did read those books. That's not what I was thinking of, but yeah, that's cool.
How he bends it out.
Yeah. As her mother leads her down the aisle, the bridal party behind her, Yaisel would have been invited to the bridal party.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just leave when it's the kids.
Yeah. You go up and they line you guys up beside the altar and put you at the end where you can duck around
No,
the aisles.
I just need shadow and I teleport out.
Oh, perfect! They've got they've made sure that the overgrowth is thick enough above where you're supposed to stand, and a little mark that only you can see from where you're standing. That's Yaisel stands here to be able to teleport away.
She does the kids thing, drops him with Big Red, and then
Okay.
goes back.
Okay. So next would come in the husband's party. Your mother would be with you. Oh no, sorry, it's not the queen. It's the king who would have walked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Your mother would be there. And
Oh, yeah,
she
Miriam.
has you in an arm, and she's trying to fit into her dress. She's not used to having something quite this tailored. She takes her arm. Are you ready?
Yeah, I think so.
You got this.
You look great.
You look dashing.
Kiss on the cheek. Right.
Ruffle your hair, but they spend a few hours on that. Come on.
All right, let's do this.
And she will start to take you down the aisle, and you glance over at her, and she's trying to keep it together, and gets about halfway before tears are just pouring down her face.
I'm handing a
just
handkerchief.
quietly like a river. She takes the handkerchief and dabs
Sorry.
a couple of times.
She was holding Bar up. Now I'm holding her arm. It's thanks, Mom.
As she gets you there, the party spreads out. And you guys are met at the altar. The flower boy, the
Not
flower
gonna- I'm not
girls.
gonna do it.
They would be before the bride. That's
Oh.
when they go.
I've only been to one wedding since I've been an adult.
They're
It
the
shows.
ones that flower in.
Okay.
the-
Okay, so we came in first.
Yeah.
Now the bride's coming in,
Yes. Yeah.
and everybody's like, "Oh my God, look at her!"
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah. It's always the man first, because then he gets to watch his wife walk up to him.
Yeah, watch his property approach. It's a medieval world.
So I'm in a black
He's
suit.
more property than she is.
That's true.
As
He's a pet wizard.
there is a bishop who is overseeing the proceedings of this one. And he starts getting you guys to go through your vows. To be true to each other, to be true to the kingdom and the empire. And then the ring bearers are brought out. The procession of people.
The dark are like this.
Tithe, like, helping, like, holding him up and, like, looking at people and sees something and stops and, like, grabs one of the things that the flower people are throwing and throws it at somebody and then picks up the pillow again and brings it over as there are a lovely pair of rings for the two of you.
He's like holding up Derek.
Yeah.
I grabbed the 2 rings.
Okay.
Has
one of them.
a little Derek like, ta-da! And you see just like the sliver of a prestidigitation. You know, just like the tiniest bit that might catch Barry inside.
He gets a whisper into his head. Attaboy.
Starts pulling Derek back and, like, gives him something to throw at people in the crowd.
Here, throw this.
I'll put the ring on her finger.
Okay.
Not dare!
She gives you her I do as you put the ring on her finger. It comes to your turn.
I do.
Back.
She takes the ring and slips it onto your finger. You may now kiss the bride.
I kiss her.
So you two kiss. A chorus of applause goes up.
There's like, ah!
That's my brother!
And I don't touch her butt.
Good.
Yep.
Good. You're not.
There's just a guillotine on standby. Like,
Wedding today, execution for tomorrow, tentative.
I've never seen a guillotine on this level, but for a wedding it goes like this.
It's platinum.
yeah, it's magic.
A platinum guillotine.
As that's followed by the after party, which takes place in the garden, which has a lot of tables and food spread out. Tithe is an absolute terror. You do eventually have to stop him because it's like it's a royal wedding.
No, I'm like, Big Red, hold him.
Ugh.
I'm holding
You're in
her.
there, jail. Don't cry at me. Oh.
Lyra's like babbling, and we're gonna go approach Barry and the princess.
Okay. They're arm in arm. They've done their first dance at this point.
Lyra has a gift for you two.
Oh, thank you.
And she's gonna hold up like one flower. Like Lyra's like,
Thank you.
I'm just a bad.
Oh, really?
I'll tuck it
Very
into
sweet.
Sharice's hair. Thank you very much,
Shows her
Lyra.
dress.
Shake her finger.
It's just like, it's a lot stronger than an infant should have.
All right.
She's
okay.
always been strong.
I don't know. I don't know how that worked so well.
Then that's probably the wedding.
That is, unless anybody has anything specific they'd like to roleplay.
Lorelai definitely sets up a little like kitty corner as they start to get tired, and she just sort of has like a calm emotions going.
Oh my god!
It's just like, yeah, and look at this block.
Big Red joins the
She has,
kitty
she
corner.
has one trick.
Big
Barry-
Red joins.
Barion's also made a whole set of bricks for all the different kids
Oh.
that are all like permanency, like prestidigitation, where they make different sounds. Or the one brick, if you flip it a certain way, 2 little mirror images of swordsmen pop up, like ting.
40,000 gold little wooden blocks!
Yeah, it's very.
Oh my god! As we're approaching our break, and also the amount of things I had planned, we had one more.
We have more kids to go through. Yeah.
And we didn't do the explosion.
I'm going to talk about that in the like stuff that's happens.
Okay.
So let's talk about kids, and then we'll do the like thereafter. Catch up on anything we have.
Okay.
Well, why don't we do the less the role play, take the break, and then we can do the talk.
Whose kids are born when?
Tithe first.
Type.
Lyra.
Derek, technically.
Derek is older than
Yeah.
Lyra.
That was adopted.
Was adopted after.
and then my twins would be about a year after Lyra.
Okay.
So my twins are technically the youngest.
Until Dre.
I guess, yeah, whenever Dre has his kids.
Yeah,
And are they twins or are they separate?
They're separate. So probably one before the twins and one after.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah, okay. So they got like 2 years
Yeah.
age difference. Yeah, okay. Do we want to take a break today?
No.
I don't particularly need a
No,
break.
I think because we don't have that much after the break,
Yeah.
we should just keep going.
Okay,
That's
so
my
then
vote as well.
I guess we would snap forward about a year, and Charisse is in bed having just given birth
Okay.
to what color is Charisse's hair?
Sharice has black hair.
Okay.
Trying to remember.
So I black hair like me. So we have 2 little black-haired, blue-eyed, a boy and a girl, twins.
Okay. What are
Well,
we naming them?
I'd like to name after my mom.
Sure,
Is
she
it
has a
Miriam?
lovely name. Yes.
Then I don't know. What are you thinking for the boy? He's got that look about him.
He does.
I was thinking maybe like Samson, but then that sounded stupid as soon as I said it, so probably not that one. I don't think you'd like Theracles very much.
No, I think 2 of them is enough.
I think maybe Lyndon or...
I like Lyndon.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have Lyndon and Miriam. You don't want to marry him after your uncle or something?
I am.
Okay. Well, if you're fine with that, then...
Maybe the next one.
3.
Well,
I said 2 or 6.
Your cheek.
she's probably gonna marry Lyndon, so just be prepared for. She chose the name because
Is she full elf or half elf?
She is a half elf.
Okay, so at least I have 160 years with her. Until she dies, and I'm like,
They have little baby
Arwen.
ears.
Speaking of which, your boy would be born a full elf.
Lyndon, okay. And then Miriam isn't.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Alright, well, that'll be...
Runa, you had your hand up for something before this? Oh, okay. What else about children?
So Dre
Yeah.
has 2 little girls. The older one is named Friday. And she has like straight red hair and purple eyes. Nice little collage of the 2 of them. She's a bit of a tomboy troublemaker, like her father. And it's very easy to lie to her father, so she gets away with a lot. And she lives in a town full of thieves, so she gets away with a lot. She also gets in trouble a lot, and needs to get bailed out.
Wednesday always knows.
Yeah.
Literally.
No, like, she gets away with things by only asking Dre, saying Wednesday already agreed, and then leaving before anyone finds out. And then Dre casually mentions it, and just gets yelled at.
She asked you for what?
She's just like a quick trip.
And you
To
thought
Ya-
I'd say yes?
Yeah,
They're criminals today!
yeah, cool.
Today! Where is she?
They're
She better
like
be back
family.
here tonight.
Oh, of course,
Tonight.
she said she'd be back before 10.
Go get her. Now.
I was in the middle of a
Dre,
game.
you're about to be in the middle of making a new bed.
Alright.
I have to be honest, that one's getting a little old.
What?
She definitely threatens the couch multiple times.
It's always the couch, yeah.
The tried and true sword.
There's a basket of his stuff next to the couch.
So we...
Got a little toiletry bag set up.
And then Dre goes, tracks her down, and like watches proudly as she like gambles with some ruffians, and then is like, and then walks up and watches her like freak out as she sees them. And then his other daughter, who's named Braylin, She has little curly blonde hair and green eyes. And she's like very much like a mama's girl, very princessy. No, she just likes is enjoying.
Treasures both of them.
Yeah.
So I think we cut forward to like when the kids are a little older.
Yeah.
Runa.
Oh,
about
sorry.
your kids.
So, because I've been thinking about my kids older more than I've been thinking about them younger, because
Yes.
I went through the campaign with them younger.
Yeah.
Sammy, Gail's daughter, and Tythe get together. Like, they get married, and it's very cute.
Okay,
There's like a half human ogre baby thing
God.
going on. It's really
Just arbitrary, like all the way down the line, like.
He's having so much fun with his family line.
What's the most fucked up thing I can make?
And then Derek and Lyra
Our kid said hork baby.
Thanks.
Sorry. Go ahead.
And then Derek and Lyra end up together, and they're so cute. They never have kids.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Narkane said
Unless
hork
you want.
baby. Yeah. Ogre and
Lyra's like, kids aren't really my thing. I don't even know if it'd work.
We can try. I mean,
I want to roll. I want to see if
Okay, okay.
arbitrary fucks this shit.
no.
Above, you roll. Above 10, he does.
okay.
Below, he doesn't. I rolled just 11.
I rolled a 4.
So like, there's one kid. We don't know our
You guys have one child. Narkane, no harm in trying, right?
So Lyndon grows up and he becomes a wizard, and he's like into like abjuration, enchantment, illusion type magic. And then Miriam ends up taking on blade singing and
Which
learning.
is quite rare.
Very
to have
rare.
Two blade singers that close in a family line. Rooney, you had your hand up.
Yeah, we want to finish.
Oh,
I
sorry.
thought we're done. Sorry. Go ahead.
Well, what should we name them? What is it? It's a guy. What should we
I
name?
like him.
It's like
How am I supposed to name a baby?
it's like a green ogre that looks very dragon-like.
Eric?
Blue hair. That's so close to your name.
Oh, sorry. There?
Why do you want it to be like? We could name it
Elvira?
Elvira. That's kind of what if he turns out to be feminine? Elvira works.
What about aloe vera?
Uncle Varian.
Yeah. I imagine it's like a later in life baby.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like it was a
Yeah.
mistake.
Yeah. You guys are like 30.
Yeah.
You're like, he
We're-
can't still be fucking with things,
We're-
right? Like, we're safe to stop using protection now.
We're happy
Arbitrary's
with
like,
our life, our choices.
Now that you mention it.
That's all I have.
Okay, carry on, Daniel.
That's what I was just saying. I'm probably ready to do the like talk out part.
Okay.
I have some things. I have questions that I'd like you to talk
Arcane
about.
protection is absolutely a thing in this world. Yes.
Oh yeah. Lyra is a barbarian. For anyone
Okay.
that didn't watch.
Yeah.
Tythe turns out to be a monk wizard.
Warlock, but yeah.
Whatever. He studies with Barry and and he studies with his mom. And there's one person he prefers for no reason in particular. It's definitely not his mom. So he spends a lot of time around Barry and growing up just because, you know.
Hey man, I get it.
And
chill.
he's the first kid, so the parents he's just kind of left to his own devices after a certain point. And then Lyra comes into the world, and Big Red's a different person. He becomes like the most overprotective.
Just wrapped around her
Like,
little fingers.
Tythe had beer at 3. Lyra can't drink. She's the first person in their family to wear shoes because he doesn't want her to hurt her feet. She's a princess for sure. Like Dre's kid, and they're like best friends, definitely.
They're like long distance cousins, right? So they don't get to see each other enough to like get sick of each other. So they are just like glued to each other whenever they visit.
And whenever they do, one of the dads is always like, "Is Dre coming?" Or is Big Red coming? Because they have become besties in fatherhood. And they both get walked over by their kids.
Which has been completely because of like just fighting like cats and dogs until
They both have daughters.
Lyra's like, "You're not coming with me anymore if you're gonna be like this." "Oh, darling, no, come on. He's
No,
such
you
an
can't.
asshole."
Such an asshole.
Fine, I just won't talk to him.
No.
Well, what do you want me to say?
You guys are both men. Talk about something men do.
He's not a fine.
Um,
Dre,
Red
nice,
city that I own.
boots.
Oh.
Yeah, it's okay. It's
Yeah.
pretty.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dad.
What?
Dad.
What?
Like they both come up to them.
Oh, look!
Hey.
Hey, and he puts his arm like around Dre.
Hey.
Lyra, so good.
Hey.
Turns into like an
Yeah.
actual friendship
Yeah.
over time. Yeah.
They bond over
It's like,
being bad.
no, I'm just friends ironically.
Yeah.
now I say slay and I can't stop.
And Lyra is so strong.
Yes, she
if-
is very
if you-
strong.
She has a 20 in strength right now. And that was just her normal stats. So every time she hits, like if you weren't here for the last one, that's why I'm saying it, she does damage without meaning to. Like I like
She
the lore.
Like Derek would do something like, "Oh, you," and like go to playfully punch her, and then he would take a point of damage.
And so does Tithe, and so does everyone. She the thing that Lorelai did, which I really enjoy, has affected her to now, and now she's a barbarian.
Yep.
Grew up
Note
with
to-
that spirit.
Note to
watching
self.
Note to self, get my mom to.
Yeah, every baby.
Man's ability on baby.
Does anybody have anything else
Yeah.
to talk about their children?
Okay, so, just like future career path, Friday ends up like a part of the Proudfoot stuff. Pretty roguey, yeah, like it ends up better, people skills than Dre.
Father?
Probably not quite as, like, powerful of a presence as him, but, can listen.
Right.
Which counts for a lot.
A
turns
lot.
out.
A lot running an organization, yeah.
And then, so, in the long, long term, like, who knows who ends up even as, like, the head of it.
I'm just picturing everybody calling him Little Boss.
Yeah.
Her.
Sorry.
Yeah, Braylon, is just, like, I'm thinking, like, on the bard spectrum of just, like, very
okay.
expressive,
Yeah.
like, doesn't really have to worry about much, so just, like, paints and draws and, like...
Yeah, I like it.
Very cute.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody have anything else for kids?
What does Derek end up? He studies with Barian, or?
Yeah, Derek, of course, becomes a wizard, because you often meet your destiny on the road you take to avoid it, Lorelai.
I just want to have like a quick snippet of his like graduation of becoming like a full apprentice.
Yeah.
And Barian's just like talking to Lorelai, and he's like, "Well, he really pulled through.
Mm-hmm.
He's very powerful."
Yes, very powerful. Very
Powerful.
happy for him.
Yeah, I think he'll do great things.
As long as he's happy.
Guys, I'm here too. It's like,
Oh, well,
guys,
Oh yeah, I guess you're graduating as well. Congrats.
does everyone forget about me?
Who?
sorry, who is graduating?
Tithe would also...
Oh no, okay, sorry,
Tithe would already be an apprentice at this point.
Yeah, Tithe would already be an
Because Tithe
apprentice,
would
and Tithe, depending on wouldn't quite be a part of the council, but down the road could be.
Don't worry, Tithe. You're not the only one they forget is here.
Listen.
All right, hey,
Anything
come on.
happens
I
to
hate
my
you.
son,
No, you don't hate me.
Yes, I do.
I'll have your head.
Sorry, who's this?
This is Ari.
Oh,
That's on you.
Well, Ari, I hate you too.
I don't
And I'll
like
give her like a
interacting
little
with them,
hug.
so.
She hugs you
Keep
back.
him safe.
Well,
I know.
Darling, stop threatening Yaisa's children.
No.
congratulations,
This isn't the first time. I get threatened with everyone's kids.
Tyth
You're the oldest.
and
Yep.
Derek. You've done very well, spite your parents.
One of us did better than the other.
Yeah, well, you
That's
know,
true.
at certain things,
That's certainly true.
you know, we all have our strengths. We all have our abilities.
Sorry.
You know, congratulations. Welcome to be becoming a full-fledged apprentice.
I cast Steel Wind Strike.
And I'll give them their
I
robes.
can knock someone out in 2 punches.
You have to hit them first.
Are you two paying attention? Barian is trying to hand you robes.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Master Varian.
I'm like, oh, good. I see her attention has come back. And I can do Steel Wind Strike, and I can punch people, and I can teleport, and I can send you to another realm you'll never come back from.
Barian, why are you competing with the children?
I'm not. I'm making a
Like one of
point.
the children.
And she can take a piece of your hair and make
All
you piss
right,
your pants
let's
every time
go
that you want to
celebrate.
smile.
Tyth, would you like to come with us to celebrate?
that
Are
one.
you going to celebrate with your family?
Or are you coming with us?
Can I drink?
Of course. Yeah. Alright, well, let's go.
All right.
Barian, are you coming? We're going out for celebratory food and drinks.
Derek, you coming?
Of course he's coming.
But he can't drink.
Well, yes. Let's go. Therese, you want to come for drinks?
Yes, it's a special day.
Does it have to be a special day?
No.
Okay,
but
then let's
it
go.
is. As you guys go for drinks, and Big Red and Yisel are waiting there for them.
It's our bar
Yeah,
that we're going
yeah.
to. We celebrate. We set up the party that we're going to.
How
Tyth
is-
is like, oh, I guess I'm going with you guys. My parents aren't here for this. And then they're like,
Like they walk in and then Lyra like attacks both of them.
Surprise!
Gosh,
we
Mom!
came.
Dude! How is Therese handling normal,
well,
like,
yeah.
unfamiliar...
She handles it well.
Oh, okay.
Probably is enjoying it.
Yeah, absolutely enjoying just being.
As we're, like, walking, I'm like, do you want me to announce you, or...
No, I do not.
Okay, are you sure? I can.
I believe you,
Okay.
and I think we'll do without.
Okay. I have a spell I could cast that would announce you every time we come into, like, our location. I could go, like... Barian and Therese
I bet I could do that
Jacobson.
Are you bringing this up again because you want this?
No, I'm just
Drunk on power.
drunk on power.
As you go in, Ari's gonna like go down. I will slip you something when your mother's not around. Wednesday is like, why is he thinking about alcohol?
Braylon would come up to Tyth, because of course Dre showed up. Hi.
Hi.
I drew you something.
You drew me something.
And it's like a poster that says the first lava wizard ever.
It's perfect.
And it's like a very good like painting of Tyth standing valiantly with a volcano in the background exploding with like wizard's robes holding like lightning.
Oh,
I want to put it everywhere.
show that to your mom.
It's so. You want to come with me, Mom? Look, Mom, look.
It's perfect.
Isn't it just everything?
It is.
Oh, we have to show Lyra. We have to show my dad.
Okay.
Dad! Look!
Yeah,
Look!
it's good.
I'm a lava wizard!
Yeah.
I expected this. Lyra!
So many wizards in the family. You all have wizards.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, wizards, so many.
Dad!
I got to be nice to both of them?
Yes!
No.
Baron's gonna look at Lyra with just like a sad expression.
Don't cry.
Just
Come
like
on.
Just like a. It would be really nice to be friends.
Yeah.
Don't you fucking start.
I like seeing you get along with people.
Baron's,
Well, I don't get. Stop crying.
I'm hugging Lyra. I was like, don't worry, Lyra. I still like.
Don't touch my daughter.
Uncle Perry!
Oh. Fine, I won't call him Shitstain. I'll call him Uncle Barry.
No.
Oh, good. High five.
in Derek's head, he just, you get one.
As Big Red's gonna go sit down beside Drake. Now I got to be nice to your fucking brother.
Oh God, isn't it the worst?
The fucking worst. God. Does anybody have anything else with the kids?
No, I think I got that's everything.
So, a bit of excitement would come up in the next few years. You guys learned that the woman in green is, in fact, a dragon.
Oh, that bitch!
That motherfucker we called out!
Indeed you did.
Session 1.
You guys would eventually decide that she's been looking around long enough. The tower completed, some strange goings on kind of having at it. You eventually decide to use the piece of tile you stole from her mansion to try and sneak around there. It drops you directly into a trap. The whole bathroom area that you took it from has been remodeled into a sort of cage to keep you. You guys would manage to get away, but not without her having to reveal her form. And she activates some sort of magic she had prepared, and you guys would hear and feel the explosion that would kind of rock most of the city. As her tower is blown open to reveal the weapon prepared within it that has close to leveled Barian's tower. As the entire inside was just a facade, like the exterior was a facade for the weapon she was building within that is like a massive cannon powered by dragon's breath that destroys the tower.
Oh my God.
Did people die?
Yes. There are casualties.
Was our kids there?
Your kids were not there.
I can't remember if we talked about who died.
It has to go through his wall, like hit some of the there's collateral damage around.
The only
this.
kids that would be there would be maybe Barians.
Yeah, I think
They would probably be like
either at the other camp.
You guys were planning on like throwing down in the city with the dragon. I doubt you kept them at the same
Yeah,
house.
I probably would have moved the main apprentices and stuff, like everybody away from that kind of thing.
Runa, you have a
The
hand?
kids, whenever like we have like a big fight we're planning, they go to Wednesday.
Yeah. They all go to Wednesday.
Big Red also has to go with them, and Charisse also has to go with them. And Wednesday's like, I don't know, I'm the fucking babysitter.
Alright, guess we're doing a potluck.
Babe, we trapped the hell out of this place. You'll be fine.
They're all just hanging out. They're like, yeah.
The tower is eventually rebuilt.
But it's never the same.
Yeah, and
The
then
dragon you guys would manage to chase back to the forest, and in anger, the royal family would go hunting after all the contacts she made in the what's the city?
okay.
The city that the king's brother is from.
That who's from?
The
Sorry.
king's brother is from. Where
Thum.
Thum. Thank you. They had been keeping quiet about her like spies inside Thum. They go and hunt them, like uproot them. Yes, Runa.
Can Yaisel be a part of it?
Absolutely.
And can she kill the dragon?
Um.
I have a slaying sword. I've fought dragons before.
We have like Heroes Feast.
Yeah, like can we go?
The
kill
main
dragon?
issue is that the dragon has some support given the like ties to Verilith that she now has from it, and also has magic, which makes her kind of more difficult to hunt. And she's not just a dragon. She has been in the forest near Thum for years and has built up quite a cult. So she's not just like a show up and murder kind of dragon.
Could we kill her on her way out?
She could also be a fun thing for a future campaign
That's
if
true,
it ever
that's-
comes up.
Yeah, it could be like a one-shot that we do your characters going after the dragon. I would rather leave it there, because she is, she's not just an extra
No,
character.
that's fine.
sitting around.
I'm down. As long as I have a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Barian does rebuild the tower in the city, and
Okay.
it's still a campus, but Barian opens up a very Hogwarts-esque, in his own marquee, college that's much larger, and then in his other area over in Carr,
Yeah.
I have another like campus, and they're all linked with teleportation and all
Okay,
that.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I would have talked to you guys about like putting circles in all your stuff as well, so we can all get around together better.
Why don't you just take a chip of the floor?
Last time we did that, something exploded.
Barian opens up his thing. He has had a satchel, rolls it, shook, and it's just hundreds of small stones labeled with little.
It's getting to the point where you don't just like pull out your pocket. You're like, yeah, we're going to what was the place called? What was the place? There we go. It takes you it's like a minute. The spell now takes an extra minute to cast as you search for the stone.
I really do wonder if you are a geologist.
Actually, you know what? There are some fairly good samples here. Like, I pull out the one from the, deep in the mountains.
I would help you study them if you were interested in geology.
Amos, I will take all the help. You're welcome to stay as long as you want.
I have a date.
Oh, good.
And a job.
And a job. I guess, so the dragon thing, I guess a couple other things that I'm interested in would be the thing that's stalking me, and the crystal a little bit, if anything else comes up with that. And I guess if I have any issues with the gods or anything, or if any people have problems with
You
me.
wouldn't have any issues. God, the thing that's stalking you would continue to do so until it starts to get bored. It's always... Every time you meet it, it's more prepared for you. It starts bringing, a wand that can counter magic. It starts bringing shackles it can put on itself to stop it from dimensional travel. Every time you fight it, it comes a little more prepared. Eventually, it feels like it's kind of gotten your bag of tricks and starts hunting Yaisel. And it's the same, every time you fight it, it gets a little more prepared.
It's so fun though. She has the time of her life.
But it doesn't try to kill me?
No. It's not gonna actually kill you.
Really? It doesn't want to kill me?
Oh, it wants to. It becomes more and more prepared and never manages to finish you off.
Okay, cool.
It gets to the point where it's preparing things to stop teleportation, but you have a lot of tricks up your sleeve.
It's a stalemate.
It is a stalemate eventually.
Then he forgot about something that I did the first time. He's like, fuck!
Yeah. The thing definitely has the strength to kill you. Not on the material plane, though. Once you know it well enough, you can fight it to a draw on the material plane. If it could get you on the astral sea, it would have a better chance, but it can never, pull off actually getting you to the astral sea.
Yeah.
She lets it, win a couple fights. She has precautions, you know? She knows when it's coming eventually.
Yeah.
And she lets it win a couple fights, so it's yes, I'm getting closer. And she's like... Closer.
It'll be the same. As long as you're on the material plane, you are strong enough to fight this thing to a draw.
Yeah. I'm thinking, would she risk the astral?
You've,
Wait.
So one thing you guys would know from fighting it, you would see where the limits of its power start to hit and have a sense that there's, more there that it can't use, that it can't access. You'd be fighting, and it would swing, and you'd see all this power just kind of dissipate before it gets to you, and it'd still be a hefty blow, but you would see there's much more missing.
She wouldn't, because she has a family and a job, and is very important in the city, and it would be very bad if she just died somewhere.
Wow, character growth.
Yeah.
All it took was everything to lose.
She grits her teeth as she's like, I can't
go. There's one more taunting portal with the message scroll in the middle of if you're brave enough that leads to the planning no and
no. She's like throws her gloves and instead of opening a realm goes
slams it shut
and then grabs her gloves again.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
About Jessica, Ari, and Wednesday. What they get up to, what their lives look like.
Well, as we saw in the one shot, Jessica is very successful and eventually gets her own building for money lending and has her own little bank across from Bar Street near the Merchants Guild. And yeah, it is very business-like with that. She is gaining levels in money lender. If that were a class, you could get XP in. So yeah, she never does marry. But does quite well for herself and enjoys just spoiling the kids, which is difficult. You guys have a lot of money, but just enjoys being around your guys' family.
She gets a lot of fun collateral.
Yeah. She's kind of like the wine aunt who comes around.
She helps all the kids get outfits.
Yeah.
She's cool. She knows the score.
The first time she can't slip alcohol to Derek, she would the next day buy a ring of mind shielding. The very next day.
Wednesday also gets a ring of teleportation from me.
Okay.
So she has the freedom to do what she wants.
Very well.
Who else did you want?
Wednesday and Ari.
Wednesday and Ari. So Wednesday, I hate to be cliche, but lives her housewife fantasy. loves having kids around. Eventually fires the cook because she wants to like be cooking more. Like just enjoys making a home, and also is like immediately happier when she's away from the city. Like you have the like, I don't know if you have a place in the city, or I imagine you have a house or something, but never has any desire to go there. Like just loves the property you guys have and making that.
He probably doesn't like
Yeah.
enough of his friends have places in the city. Like,
Yeah.
And they just come stay at like our house.
And
Yeah.
Wednesday, as much as she like grumbles when you all send the kids there for babysitting, like one at a time is like always down to see kids and babysit.
Lyra spent a lot of time growing up with Wednesday because Big Red's like in charge of the bars.
Yep.
And he doesn't want Lyra around that.
Mhm.
And Yaisel's never home. So Lyra, it's like now that they're distant cousins, so they don't see each other a lot, but they like got.
how far of a trip is it to?
It's a while, but if she has a teleport ring, she can come and pick up the kids whenever.
I also have a horse that can travel through the ethereal plane.
Yeah, that does cut down on travel time.
And Lyra knows how to ride it.
So she gets there multiple different ways.
There's
but
also
I think
teleportation circles.
quite often, I think she just gets teleported over
Yeah.
to spend time with
And she's
Nancy
like
Wednesday.
a little raised with them before, you
Okay,
know?
yeah.
Like, the girls are all close.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking that probably like wherever Wednesday makes her home is probably like my family all gets together in Slave Lake every long weekend. That's what Wednesday wants. Is like this is the place that on celebration times all of this like big extended family they have comes to your guys' property to be around her home.
And then when there's things in the city, we go to mine.
Yeah.
All right.
Ari and Lorelai, do they like? Does Ari still not want to drink ever?
No, she's fine with drinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she has a drinking problem and works hard to break it.
They only drink on, like, special.
Exactly. She,
So-
yeah, like, will drink socially occasionally, but is always, like, on the lookout for it. Like, when you guys were separate and she was heartbroken, like, she turned to that very heavily. So it is always a problem that she is on the lookout for.
That's very responsible.
Yes, Dan.
One thing that Barian would do over the next 10 years is I would get some leave from the king to create, I want to create a central hub. So basically, like, it's, think of, like, almost like a barracks, like a fortified building.
Okay.
But inside of it is just an open room with hundreds of teleportation circles that go all around the world.
Oh. Okay.
And now I set it up so that there's like portal stones, so that you have to put a stone in place to activate the teleportation circle on the side. But then people from all over the world can come into the Alokran and then out of Alokran to different places. And that's a big project that Barian would be trying to link the world
Wouldn't
closer.
you just need one teleportation circle that you spread the rune for
Yes.
far and wide?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they just need the rune for the teleportation circles that's there. Then anybody with a scroll of teleportation, we talked about this. I said your best method would be to make a lot of scrolls and have like a room with teleportation scrolls that people can use to... And then you would probably have a book of sigils to all of the teleportation circles you can get access to. So that can absolutely be a project you start. The reason that teleportation is not widespread around the world is because it takes a lot of investment to make a teleportation circle, and most of the people who then make that don't want as few people to know about it as possible. That is definitely.
So then what Barian would do is he would create that building with the circle,
Yeah.
and then he would spread that circle out to people.
Yeah.
He would, yeah, and would and try to be able to make the scrolls cheap
Okay. Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have a hand up, or were you?
Yeah, for
pushing?
after.
Okay. So yeah, that is definitely a room that you can create and scrolls you can create. Yes, Runa?
So her dad,
Yes.
he gets his just desserts.
Indeed, we
So-
did talk about it. Yeah.
He, as the plan was to make him feel welcome in the social circle and to dedicate his life to something.
So what you were doing originally was
Jobs and stuff.
getting him thinking that. I'm reiterating
Okay,
for
okay,
people
okay.
who weren't here for a little. Getting Gelid and Mayakar to act like opponents to Yaisel, who are important enough and powerful enough to challenge her in the city.
Yeah.
And then they've hired him, and you've been sending him jobs where he thinks he's snubbing Yaisel or working against her, and then falling back under their protection. So, as I understand it, you're trying to get him confident enough that he does like a big public one, right?
Yeah, and we're trying to get it so he wants to stay. Like,
Right.
He is so confident that he has something against her that he's like, I can stay here and rub it in your face that I can stay here.
Okay. Well, yeah, he's been doing that, like, once he thinks they're strong enough to go against you, he would be doing that immediately.
Yeah.
Not necessarily because he, like, really wants to be there, just because you tried to make him leave, and now he's got backing.
Yeah, and now, like, they tried to, like, separate him, too, so, like, she would go out and search, like, through Mayakar and get information, search who used to know him,
Okay.
and kill them.
Okay.
She's isolating him.
Okay.
So,
yeah. There's going to be a couple of semi-innocent people who die here, but...
she's never cared.
Yeah.
She doesn't tell Lorelai.
A little bit of a sweep through the Warrens. A couple people missing.
That, like, if it's the Warrens, she wouldn't.
That was his main place that he lived.
No, I mean outside of the city.
You rule these lands with an iron fist.
No, like, other
I know every single homeless person.
So, the city, she's not worried about.
Yeah.
She has
Okay.
Rain, and all of her friends have Rain over it.
Okay.
The people on the outside of the city, she is isolating him.
You would find it a very easy job. He's not made a lot of friends, and most of his thing has been to move to a place that nobody recognizes him, do as much harm as he can to steal as much, do as much crime as he can until people start to recognize him and then move on. He does not have a deep web. Like, it crumbles very quickly.
But, like, she would make it so so he knows all of his friends that his close friends that he finally made friends are all dead.
Okay.
And that he'd be sent letters and letters and letters.
One after the other.
Yeah, and she'd make sure it's slow and painful. And so as he's, like, grieving, she would reveal the plan. Like, he'd do his big thing.
Yeah.
After he's like, fuck. Like, nothing's going right anyways. I have to do one big last hit.
Okay.
And as he does
Comes to rob her hoard.
and she's sitting there grinning, saying, I waited for you.
You're not supposed to be home.
I was never supposed to be home, and I wasn't supposed to know about that job you did last week, and I wasn't supposed to know about all your friends, and I wasn't supposed to know that you live here.
You know about my friends. You're the one sending the letters.
They're dead. And all your friends here are mine. And
I'm leaving.
as the door would shut behind him,
If you touch me, Gelid will have your hide.
as he step out.
What?
I thought I would tear apart your life. Just because you abandoned me, and I wanted you to know what it felt like. But I guess when I do it all maliciously, it's not abandonment. It's tearing you apart. So I thought I'd do it myself. And it would turn into her murdering me.
As
She kills her dad.
he does not leave the building alive.
And she does tear him apart.
Okay. Your horse eat well. Eat so well that night.
And that's
That is the end.
she's a
So
little...
yeah, so yeah, so how was your night?
Oh, I feel great. I feel relieved. Like I have a weight off my shoulders and suddenly more money in my pocket.
I can tell. What did you get up to?
I just got rid of a commitment that I dedicated myself a little too fully to, and my car and Gilad are
Your
pretty
marriage?
happy. Huh? No,
I was
no.
waiting for him to be like, oh, phew, we're done with arbitrary.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just someone died, and I'm still cleaning
Detect
the blood
thoughts.
off my
So
claws.
sorry.
Detect thoughts.
It will not work.
What?
Don't you have a thing to block detect thoughts now?
No. Sure.
Oh, okay.
She never has hidden her thoughts from Lorelai. I finally got blood on my claws that I've been waiting for. Read my thoughts, Lorelai.
I don't need to.
Look at what I did. As she has, like, the most...
Just, you see the dragon coming out in her again. This, like, wide grin almost splitting her
He
snout.
thought he could wrong me. Wronging me turns into a wrong funeral.
Cameron Petty, there are muffins on the table for whoever would like some.
Sounds pretty brutal. I'm proud of you.
Thanks. You want to go for a celebratory drink?
Yeah.
On my wallet this time!
Sure.
So you guys go out for drinks.
What a way to end it.
I wish I knew my
Also,
father.
this was quite late, but in Arcane, quite a while, there's had lots of issues with gods.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
But yeah.
Alright. Does anybody have anything else?
I think I got everything that I needed.
So, we have come to here. We began this campaign with the two brothers arriving, poor elves, discriminated against, in the big city of Alokrin. Before Runa joined us, going to the Feywild to steal pixie dust, and then to later learn that that very pixie dust was being used by the person who cheated them to take over the White-Crowned Ape King, who you rescued with your drow friend, Farena. You guys joined the elite thieves, the hooded jacks, inside the city, finally starting to come into your own. We introduced Yaisel, who was recruited by the jacks as well, joined the party. You guys fought against another city from another universe, invading your own. Yaisel gained a magic item that completely transformed her intelligence, allowing her to be the character we know and love today. She made a pact with the god of the city invading this area. You guys eventually defeated his champion, Thessakar, becoming the heroes of Alokrin and, to many, Andratica. You guys made enemies with a green dragon and an archfey of the Undercourts, and the pieces of your distant father. Yaisel went full dragon. Well, Dre was captured by vampires, and then the party coming back together, you guys reunited the other halves of your fathers and spread off to the many adventures we just detailed. So that is the end of Campaign 1, lovingly called Thieves and Rejects.
The heroes and... what's the opposite of a reject?
Heroes and
Accepted.
subjects.
But thank you guys for watching. We're at an interesting point now with Adventure Corp. We are going to be going into Campaign 2. So a brand new campaign, brand new area, same world, same thing. You might see some people you know, you might not. But new characters, new story, a lot of learning on our part. So we're not sure if we're going to be starting doing Campaign 2 immediately or if we're going to be jumping into a one-shot. Because we also...
is one shot.
We have a one-shot set up with 3 other...
2 other now.
It's 2 other? Okay,
yes,
so 2 other...
Sadly, Fenice can't make it.
Okay, so 2 other people from different streams. So we're going to hopefully do that for like a 3-week, 3-session campaign.
I'm aiming for 2. It might turn into 3. And it's just going to depend on scheduling whether that comes first or whether we launch into Campaign 2 first.
So we'll see how that goes. But either way, all of you here that are here are at a really cool point because you get to pick up at a brand new story with brand new stuff and brand new characters that were coming in here. Thank you for loving and being around with all of our other stuff, but you now get to see us do a campaign after 3 years of practice with an old one.
So much of a higher bar to come in on, right?
No, I'm just saying if you came in
love it.
at session 1 when we started campaign 1,
Yeah.
very different D&D than it is now.
Yeah, for 1, you wouldn't see all our faces, and we'd be
Yeah.
on shitty mics. And 2, you cannot find those videos on YouTube because we didn't start being able to get them on there until like episode 23 or
we
something.
appreciate the support. We appreciate everybody coming to watch, checking in, subscribing, sharing us, telling your friends, gifting subs to people. That all makes D&D fun for people, and it makes it a place where people can come and be themselves and cast Aloha more at people in our chat. And
Thank you, Alex,
you know
for
what I
the
mean?
casting
That's what we want, and we just want people to have fun and have fun with the hobby. Once again, I always say this: we do Wednesdays D&D from 6 to 10 Mountain Standard Time. Me and Alex have a stream on Sundays, like a variety stream. If you want to interact with us, the best place to do it is on Twitch while we're streaming, because we can talk to you, we can see your stuff. The second best place to do it is Discord if we're not streaming. We're always got people in the Discord. You can chat with us. We can play games. We can jump in the voice chat, Overwatch, whatever people want. I just want to build up that Discord and have a good community in there. Share your thoughts. Who knows? Maybe something you put in there gets put in a game. God forbid. So,
If you want a sense of the bar that we're raising, Dre was my second D&D character I've ever made. My next campaign character is like my 60th?
Yeah.
And I think Runa has a similar jump in people.
So
Yaisel was your
first,
Very first.
period, first campaign,
yeah.
first character.
To give you guys an idea, we were using PHB High Elves
yeah.
for this campaign.
And yeah, Yaisel was like the...
I didn't. So people have backstories. Yaisel had a name.
Yeah.
So it's and it's come a long way, and
excited.
I'm really excited for what's going forward and what we got going on.
Okay, folks, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a bit of an emotional night for me, although I've kept the tears at bay.
Cry now.
I don't want to.
Cry.
I don't want to.
Sob.
What does Kayna get up to?
Kayna, it becomes more obvious over time that Kayna is an avatar. She has like her own personality, but there's a big piece of that is a piece of something else that's not quite the same.
Mm-hmm.
She lives with Yaisel, loves being around the kids, always stays kind of a kid. I don't think she ever drops the like kid voice that she has.
She becomes Yaisel's kid and
Yeah.
Fred's kid.
Yeah,
like she's an
she
adopted.
Kind of gets
teenager.
adopted into the family with the rest of the kids. And when you guys die, you will find that same spirit waiting to lead you to the Feywild should you so choose. And when all of you are gone, so too will Kayna.
Cool.
So, once again, thank you for joining us. This is us signing off. We are going to do a quick 1-minute ad break, and then we're going to raid somebody. We've never raided at 8:42 before, so I'm excited to see what we find on there.
We might get to raid someone when they're not
And
about to end.
Raids
Exactly.
are cool. Raids are one of the coolest ways that we can grow the community and spread our love for the D&D and stuff in
Go check out
Twitch.
someone new.
So
But that's us.
appreciate
Goodbye,
them.
folks.